yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky, it might be almost to the point of Ruth?
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch.
It's Wilde Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Tuesday edition. So yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Today is Cinco de Mayo, right? Edition. The Jonathan Gannon speaks, ladies and gentlemen. Edition. So did Cam Achord, and so did Steno. A lot to get to. Edition, including welcome to Green Bay, Tyrod Taylor. Say farewell to Desmond Ridder edition. And I'm seeing allegations in the rundown that a certain prominent ESPN Radio national morning show host has borrowed, paid homage to, or just flat out stolen some takes from Old T edition of Wilde Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the amazing, incredible, stupendous, fantabulous ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is customizable, and which can be found in both the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios battling some computer technical issues. So, thank you for your service. And he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is the man that makes this show what it is, which is the third place winners in the WBA awards for radio shows. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, Jason. How are you doing?
Good.
It was weird. I've switched. I'm on Jim, Matt, and Molly, award-winning show. Jesse, did you know that they won a championship?
Oh, I'm well aware. Yeah, congratulations to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Matter of fact, in the Everlight Solar Studios, they have this just kind of sitting around. With their I don't know where their crystal is. I'm assuming because you get a nice crystal with the WBA award.
Oh, that's going to be at home on Jim Rutledge's trophy shelf, I'm sure.
No, I would think Molly would take that. She's kind of.
You've got one, don't you, Tausch?
I have one, yeah. Mainly thanks to our friend Gina Della.
Yeah.
Gina got it for me. I rode the coattails of Gina Della. But yeah, so I joined them, and it was just. I'm on my phone, like during the show, I like to, because, there's breaking news, and Shefty does. I always want to kind of listen if there's ideas that come up.
Sure.
They brought up this Tyrod Taylor. I had no clue that he had signed. And I felt great that I didn't. I didn't know any of the I didn't hear any of the stuff. So obviously I did before, prepping for the show.
Sure, of course.
Yesterday, nothing. And I got to tell you, felt good.
Flip phone? Thinking about going?
No, I'm thinking about just eliminating almost everything. Again, I just don't know how I'll do the show. That's the tricky part of this. I'd have to lean on my guy Gel.
He'd have to print out a lot of stuff.
But he doesn't print out. He doesn't even print out the
I'd have to
show sheet anymore. I got to go back. Where did I get the show sheet printed?
Annex Wealth Management.
Annex Wealth. They brought me coffee and water.
Start doing the show there. We might win one of those awards.
I can't wait to just get back down there and do another one so I get properly prepared. But that was
Maybe
nice.
You should go to Nashua.
It was nice. And I can't. I'm not going to be able to make the one in Nashatoa, which is Wednesday, by the way. I'm sure we'll talk about that either today or tomorrow.
Indeed.
Great signing. I think it's a great move. I'm curious how bad Ridder looked or why they decided to go this road already.
Mm-hmm.
Because I trust Matt LaFleur. You could say I don't love his clock management. You can say there's some things, whether it's how his team comes out and how consistently they're ready to play. There's criticisms to be levied. But I got to say that quarterback position, he's done a hell of a job. They've done a really good job, and now it's not a monster sample size, but you're talking about transitioning from a Hall of Fame quarterback and developing a young guy that was not, nowhere near ready to play when he first got here to now. I think most of us look at him as a brink guy. He's right on that brink. And then you bring in Malik Willis, and he's done that, and now they're just not afraid to say, this ain't working, let's move it. In a lot of places, now he doesn't do that with his coaches. But that's Goody. Goody's pulling the trigger on this stuff, and I respect it. Now, whether or not how it's all going to shake out, I don't know. But I love the fact, and I was telling Vinny and Eric this morning, there's a lot more than just, hey, this guy's played a lot of games, and he's a veteran, he's done a lot, and he's played and won. There's also the component where I think Jordan, he's had different coaches in that quarterback room. But I love the fact there's a veteran there that will see things, and he will listen to, and probably he's going to look at him as a complete equal. And if Tyrod comes and says, hey, man, Watson was open on that. This was that coverage that we saw on Thursday. That stuff means a lot more. And I saw this with Rodgers to Favre, Dougie Peterson to Favre. I think Matt Flynn, and I wasn't around as much with the Boyle kid, but Matty Flynn, those guys, there was that conversation, and I think there's always, from a player standpoint, if Mike Wall or someone would come to me and say, hey, they beat you on this cross start or whatever it was, your ears perk up a lot more than if it's the same old, puppy dog chewing in your ear. So there's just a lot to like about what the Packers did yesterday.
So yesterday was the first day of on-field work in the morning. I think it's unlikely that they watched Desmond Ridder in one practice, which was just drill work, and said, yeah, this guy's not it. I was surprised that a guy that because it seemed to be lining up for, hey, we signed this guy late in the season, we get him exposed to what we were doing, and it didn't just seem. Matt LaFleur talked at length about this. Bring him in. They signed him to the practice squad on December 31st. They clearly wanted him to have more time in the system, so they didn't throw him to the wolves the way they did that poor Clayton Tune fella in the regular season finale. Then they cut Tune and don't bring him back. Ridder is on the 53-man roster for the playoff game, and the idea seemed to be, and again, Matt LaFleur talked about it, have him go through the offseason program, get immersed in the playbook, and they could build him back up. And then he made it one day into phase two. Maybe he didn't even make it onto the field at the Hudson Center yesterday. And they make the switch. I think there are two reasons why you go to Tyrod Taylor, Tausch. One of them you hit upon, and it's a really, really good one. In fact, Aaron Rodgers spoke about this at length in 2024 while he had Tyrod Taylor as his backup. Remember, they had Zach Wilson, who was supposed to be their next great quarterback, who was supposed to be their backup to Rodgers after he kind of struggled early in his career. Rodgers on Tyrod Taylor. It helps having a guy who's played so much because he can see things through a different lens, because he's been around for so long. He has no obligation to do that for me. He's just a great teammate, so we both help each other out. It's like a shared understanding of sincerity that we both really want the other person to see what we're seeing. So if he says something to me, I take it as gospel because he knows what he's talking about. So, Tausch, first of all, you're
Which
right about
gospel?
that. And he's Luke. He has never had that type of backup.
No,
Jordan Love has never had that type of backup.
And I think that it's a tricky deal, right? Because if you bring in a veteran right away, you'll be looking over that shoulder every time you make a mistake. That's the last thing you want to do with a young player. You want to let them grow. They're going to have some boneheaded mistakes, a la the Rams game over there where he's winging it, and the interception he threw before the and the Lions right before the before the half. And those are things that they happen. But to be able to have somebody that you trust and know has your back and understands the role. This comes back to, again, understanding the roles that you have. Malik Willis was great at it. He was never, even though there was outside clamoring, Malik Willis, less money. You never got the sense Jordan was threatened, and you never got the sense that Malik was thinking, I'm taking over to G&G. He's like, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to go get broke off somewhere else. Awesome. It's how it works, and that is textbook what you're looking for in a room. It's a little bit different with some of these other places. So to bring in a veteran guy, I think we all would love to see Green Bay draft somebody with a ton of upside that is going to grow and can become the next Hasselbeck, Aaron Brooks, et cetera, et cetera. Didn't happen this year, at least not that we know of. There could be an undrafted guy. I don't know. But that's the goal, I think, of all organizations, to keep funneling and developing your young talent. But the other reason I love this move, other than, what Aaron just said, what I said earlier this morning, that's all true. This tells the locker room, too, this is a win-now operation. We don't have the time to let guys grow. We're in this to win it today. We can't start slow. We can't have these lulls. And if something happens to Jordan, I can't bank that Desmond Ridder's going to be ready to go. This tells me, hey, we're blanking serious. Tyrod Taylor is a serious quarterback. He's been there. He's done it. We know what we're getting. And we're going to take all this other noise and stuff. It's out of here. Now, he's still going to have to compete. But I don't know what they paid him. That'll tell me if he's definitely going to be the lock stocker, which I believe he will be. But this tells the rest of the locker room, hey, no more blanking around, man. This is what we're doing, and we need to go, and we need to do it from the jump.
Yeah, he's the guy. And that leads me to number 2, which is when Brian Gutekunst, and we talked about this previously, but it bears repeating. Yes, it is a fact. Jordan Love has missed games each of the past 2 seasons. All Goody did was state a fact. But the fact that he chose to state those facts, he didn't have to say them out loud. But for him, as the GM, to say, look, Jordan's missed games each of the last 2 years. And what's the underlying point there? If we don't have Malik Willis, we miss the playoffs if we don't have him, at least in 2024.
Probably there ain't jobs. I don't think Matt LaFleur didn't make the playoffs the last 2 years. He ain't coaching this Wild squad.
And look, they did not win the games that Malik Willis played in last season, but it wasn't because of Malik Willis. They lose the Bears game. They were up 16-6 in the final 2 minutes. They lose the Baltimore game because they gave up 307 yards. I don't think people remember. All they remember is the 307 yards that they gave up on the ground. Malik Willis had 3 incompletions all game against Baltimore. I mean, he was phenomenal. So Goody looked and said, look.
You can't do that in a rookie minicamp walkthrough practice.
Well, you got to throw the ball first. But Goody looked and said, I don't think we can win, and probably Matt LaFleur did too, if we have to play Desmond Ridder. And then they said, we got to do something different. Now, On Jen, Gabe, and
The
Chewy.
the timing of it is weird, though.
Yeah,
I wonder if Tyrod Taylor's camp had, hey, man, listen, we got 2 or 3 options. We want to come here. You either blank or get off the blank. And it seems like the Packers said, we're going to blank.
Adam Schefter appeared on Unsportsmanlike this morning, and he mentioned that the Packers did some kicking of the tires on another quarterback. Here's Shefty.
This has been one of the youngest teams in the league for a while now. And so to have more veterans in there, even at the backup quarterback position, I think that's a welcome thing. I think young players could learn from Tyrod Taylor. And when you bring up the name Anthony Richardson, I think that the Packers did check in on that. And the Colts wanted more than the Packers would have been willing to give up.
Again, I'm not disputing that Adam's sources are accurate on kicking the tires on him. What I would say is Anthony Richardson ain't ready to win you games at this point either from what we've seen from him. And if the idea is we have a Super Bowl team, and if we lose our quarterback for 3 games, we want somebody who's been there, done that, and bought the T-shirt so we don't lose games, Anthony Richardson isn't that guy right now either. But Tyrod Taylor is. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, I think that you never know, because I don't think anyone would have thought Malik Willis was going to be that guy either. And that's why I trust that Green Bay knows what they need from a backup quarterback. Now, Tyrod Taylor has done it. He's been there. He's proven it. So that always makes you feel a heck of a lot better about where you're going, what's next with what you're trying to do. But that doesn't mean you don't continue to look for the next guy, because I don't know what Tyrod signed if it was a 1 or 2 year deal. It's about every year now standing on its own.
We'll get ready to talk to Evan Cohen, and I needed to get some clarity on what these allegations Jesse is levying toward him. But we can't do that until we talk about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin is offering 0-interest financing. A lot of different options that will fit what you're looking for. Again, 0% interest financing. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all, again, with 0-interest options. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Guest Hotline. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Guest Hotline.
He is Adam Schefter.
But it's hard to argue with what he's doing. He's playing at an elite level right now.
The Yingling Guest Hotline on ESPN Wisconsin.
They're winning games. He's playing great football. I think every time he does that, he wins over more and more people.
Yingling, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems, being local, I get to meet the people, see the people. They come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right, $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies, along with developing processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket. Our team has saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040. Or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse, before we get to Evan Cohen of unsportsmanlike, what exactly is this? I don't want to even call it an issue, but is it an issue?
Well,
what's going on with him and Old T here?
He's stealing Tausch's takes on his national platform and claiming them as his own.
Oh, what happened? I missed it.
There's a couple of them. You had more than one opportunity to catch it.
Let's hear it.
So first, we actually touched on this one the other day. So you may recall the Denver Nuggets were eliminated by the depleted Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, no Ant-Man.
In the opening round of the Western Conference playoffs.
Devastating.
NBA postseason.
Yep.
And Tausch has, for a couple of years, been asking how come no one talks about Nikola Jokic, his guy, the same way that they talk about Giannis.
Yeah.
And no one on the national stage.
Very similar career arcs for both of them.
Yeah, no one on the national stage has shared that opinion.
Yeah.
Until now.
I'm just unbelievably curious as to why the approach for someone that's won multiple MVPs, won championship, and been to the conference finals twice, who's only played for one team in his entire career, is treated one way, and the same exact resume is treated another way. And to your point, one is Giannis, and one is Jokic. One is, we got to get him out of there. They have no shot of winning at all. And the other is, he's got to be there forever. And I don't know who thinks that Denver has any shot of winning at all in the impossible Western Conference right now. And I would think that both teams should want both of those guys on their respective teams forever if they could work that out.
Evan Cohen
really good
on
question,
unsportsmanlike.
That's a really good question. Really good topic to bring up. And I would disagree in the fact that if there's doubt, it doesn't seem like Joker is given any doubt that he wants to be in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis has. That would be the difference. But the narrative of why things have been pushed as hard as they have by the Shams Charanias and the national folks, that I don't know. I believe it's size of city, and I think that's a big piece to it. So as far as Joker and Giannis, I think both career MVPs, championship-led, little disappointment with where they've been able to go the last couple of years. But the Bucks scenario just seems as if the Bucks have actually went and done more, at least trying from an organizational standpoint. But there's been turmoil there. Their SKUs have lined up pretty well, and it's just amazing the difference in volume of criticism and discourse around Giannis compared to Joker. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it sounds like Evan feels the same way, which, hey, nice job, Evan.
But you thought that first.
Oh, for sure. But Evan takes a lot of stuff from me. That's all right. We have conversations, and a lot of times he'll bounce ideas off of me, and I'll say that those are dumb, and he won't use them. And then when I give him great ideas, he'll use them.
So you're admitting that he has conversed with you about some of his takes that he shares on his national show.
Evan has been on national radio for a long time. He does a great job. He does NBA stuff. His minuscule knowledge of the NBA is much better than mine. He knows the Miami Heat's third reserve. Big picture NBA stuff, I'll put myself up against Evco any day of the week.
Well, it's interesting that you volunteered that information because your name was mentioned.
Oh, really?
On Unsportsmanlike last week.
Okay.
In a separate incident where Evan Cohen was sharing his quarterback rules philosophy. He's
no frost
become
play till
legendary.
Thanksgiving Day?
Not quite. Draft a quarterback when you want one, not when you need one is near the top of the list. And if you feel like you've heard that before, it might be because it's been shared on, this show? And producer Nuno, as they were discussing this and giving credit where credit was due, brought up your name.
Oh, Nuno.
When Evan was claiming again that this was his philosophy and his set of rules.
Smalls, a Courtney, the friend of the show, a great teammate, Mark Tauscher.
I said my name right.
Who did he play for?
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, don't even dare do this.
I'm not giving Tausch credit for it, but
Ev poached it from Tausch? Is that what you're saying?
I'm like, if we're gonna go to the whole Packers and he came from the Packers, I'm just gonna go to how many Packers is Evan really good friends with?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of just putting this together.
That's ridiculous.
So that's 2 times last week that it sounds like Evan on Unsportsmanlike on the ESPN Radio morning show has stolen your material.
I've also heard him start to say go ahead a lot as well. So that's 3 things. That's the trifecta of things Evco's done. And I'm just going to say I'm flattered. I am absolutely flattered that he's doing that. So he can keep it up. He doesn't need to I don't need to be a biblioteca or bibliography. You don't have to cite me. I'm fine with it. Imitation is, what is that? Imitation is a flattery or something like that?
Sincerest form of flattery. If and you're not a German library at the Bibliothek. I am curious, though.
So wait, isn't Biblioteca Spanish?
I think
Biblioteca is Spanish for library.
I think it's German.
Bibliothek is German for a library.
La Biblioteca.
Let's check that. I think Biblioteca is Espanol.
Yes, that may be. I said Bibliothek, which apparently everyone uses that for library except for English. You're not the first one to say don't get a quarterback when you need one, get one when you don't need one, or whatever that phrase is, right? Like, you got that from somewhere too? Or did you invent that?
I invented it. I'm the Thomas Edison of quarterback play. Prove me wrong.
I will not prove you wrong.
I'm open to someone bringing someone else that said it, but I know that's how I felt.
Like Nuno said, you did have firsthand experience being part of the Favre to Rodgers transition, and you've been here as a analyst.
Oh, I'm sure
with the Rodgers to Love transition.
Gregg over with San Francisco, or I'm trying to think of some of the other old centers. Swain, Oates. Who are the centers for the 49ers? They had a bunch of really good O-linemen. They also went through it with Joe Montana and Steve Young. They picked up Steve Young via the USFL draft. Then they got Steve Bono. Organizations will help a quarterback succeed a heck of a lot more than just the quarterback. Like, there's special talents that have failed because they were in the wrong organization. You better hope if you're a parent of a stud quarterback, best thing that you could do is go to a stable, solid organization. And unfortunately, the way the draft is, typically doesn't happen. You have to overcome it. And luckily for Jordan, for Aaron, they didn't have to. Brett Favre got drafted by a team that the coach despised him. Guess what? How'd that work for him down there? Not great, Bob. How'd it work when they brought him in and they had to go through a massaging process to get him back to where he could play? And all of that matters. And that was before all of this stability that this organization had. So let's not also, there is talent outs, as my dad used to always say. That's 100% true. But talent will only get you so far. Ask David Carr. That's a rhyme, my friend.
Now it's time. From Mark Murphy, there's an old saying in the NFL.
You're welcome, Mark.
We got to get the Chippewa Falls.
The best time to draft a quarterback is when you don't need one. So I don't know how old that saying is. I will have to check with Mark.
I said it in 2001. So
you did not.
Right.
No, we used to have hot tub talks, and that's the genesis of it.
You and Bollinger talked about it in 1998, right?
I would just say this. Denny Tauscher definitely gets credit for talent outs, and we have used that for many, many, many years on this show, and he is right
10
about
years,
that.
I believe it's
Some
been 10
might
years.
Coming up on it, yeah.
Some might also say that we're going to talk to Evan Cohen coming up after I tell you that you don't need to hop on a plane. Apparently, if you're hopping on a discount airline plane, that is not a good situation right now. Or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped, because your next getaway is waiting right there in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the cool stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options, from Dream Dance Steakhouse to the Marketplace to Rockin' Brews, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, the Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company. Food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, they've got the event spaces that are going to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
People hear Horicon Bank and they think local instantaneously. Over the years, was able to help them in their later years when they needed some care. So I would say that was cradle to grave experience for me.
We encounter precious moments like this all the time. We have a trust administration department that can help.
Our motto is together as a bank and as an organization, and then doing good.
There's amazing success stories of small business entrepreneurs who now are multi-million-dollar companies.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Now through May 30th, bring refined design into every moment. Mike Wood here from Callan. With a kitchen or bathroom remodel from Callan, receive a complimentary Kohler touchless faucet, a $700 value. Sculpted design, seamless control, and effortless style built for everyday living. Because true luxury isn't just seen, it's experienced in the details you use every day. Begin your transformation today at callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan. Design, build, live. Some restrictions apply.
You know what scared Kathy more than surgery? Giving up her active life, turning down opportunities to do the things she loves.
I found myself saying, no, I don't want to do that because of pain. It was really limiting my activities in every way.
And then came the diagnosis.
You need 2 full knee replacements. I don't have time for a double knee replacement, and I don't like pain, so no.
But that's not how her story ends. She tried something different, QC Kinetics. It was cutting edge, but natural and much easier on her body, with thousands of patient success stories.
I went to QC Kinetics. Within a couple of weeks, I was absolutely pain-free, no pain. I feel fantastic. Too much life to live, and I want to stay in motion as long as I possibly can.
Don't let pain decide what you say yes or no to. Live your best life. They'll make sure of it at QC Kinetics, starting with a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Milwaukee. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you could send flowers again. Or you could be the hero of the family and send a Kringle. We're talking flaky, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth goodness delivered right to her door in a beautiful Mother's Day gift box. Go classic with her favorite flavor, or go big with a heart-shaped Kringle topped with pink icing. It's fresh, it's delicious, and best of all, you didn't have to bake it. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. IndyCar is the must-see race coming June 18th through the 21st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Joining us now on the Yingling Legends line. Maybe he's just on the
this is just the guest
hotline.
Yeah.
I never know. Want to make sure he feels welcome.
So the other thing is, though, Evan would feel uncomfortable if we called him a legend. He's been on national radio for
being uncomfortable.
He's been on national radio for 15 years.
I diagnosed this last week. I understand what's going on here.
Tell me.
Jason's new way of saying one of my favorite humans is saying that everyone is appearing on the Yingling Legends line.
No, you think he's
the majority, like 95% appear on the Yingling guest hotline, and 5% are reserved for the Legends line. But he's saying everybody's on the Legends line.
No, you don't diagnose me, bro. Joining us now on
he's
the
a pretty
Yingling
easy diagnose, man.
Guest
you're not that
hotline.
complicated. You're not like Rogers. You ain't a complicated fella.
Joining us now on the Yingling, whatever you want to call it, hotline. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America and now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
You want to diagnose Wilde quick before we get started?
How much time do we have? I got to be on LA.
You got to be on
11,
I got LA coming up. Yeah, we
which
don't
is
have
10
time for
here.
Yeah, tricky.
9 Mountain.
Tricky.
So you got 21 minutes.
Evan, what else are you stealing from Tausch?
I have stolen nothing from him.
That's not the
And
allegation
if I do,
Jesse levied.
Yeah, well, if I do or did, I would credit him. I think he knows that, and I think
so too. I'm incredibly honored that you're stealing all my stuff, and your head producer is acknowledging and seeing it and calling it out in real time. That's good stuff. Go ahead.
That is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I would say listen to me, amongst my many.
That's why you're talking. We are listening to you. You don't have to tell us to listen to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jeez. Amongst my many flaws, one of them is actually over-crediting on the radio because it actually holds up time. I don't feel comfortable. Let's say we're talking at the Packers and Nuno, our producer, makes a point in my ear about Jordan Love. I won't be able to just go with it. I will actually stop in the tracks and say, well, Nuno had something interesting here on Jordan Love. Now that's dumb because I'm holding up time. And you really think I would steal your points, Tausch? You think? And that is a strong accusation.
I didn't make the accusation. I literally showed up, and Jesse actually had audio clipped and played it. So I didn't say anything. Don't
Multiple
be accusing.
Instances. He's a repeat offender here on this.
Jesse claims that you did, and I just said I'm honored that you did. I don't mind if you don't cite me.
And also, I'm actually even more insulted. Because I sacrificed our national audience this morning for about 3 minutes for the sake of Wilde Tausch and ESPN Wisconsin.
What a teammate. What a teammate and a hero. What a teammate and a hero.
You know why? Is Tyrod Taylor to the Packers a big national story? It is not necessarily.
Well,
but I asked it to one
In fairness, what else is going on in the NFL, though? In fairness. That was a big NFL story.
Well, there's a lot of
yesterday.
things.
Not in the NFL.
A big NFL story.
A what?
A big one?
It's a
I don't
story.
know about that. A story and a big NFL story are two different things.
I mean, if he signed with the Cowboys, it would be leading the show today.
Okay, but a big NFL, a small NFL story is like a big NBA story at this time of year. You know that.
Okay, but the point is, I thought to myself, why not throw Schefter a little bit of a lob here, see what he does with it, knowing Wilde and Tausch could use this today. And in fact, maybe you should be thanking me because I actually thought he gave us some juicy stuff by simply saying the Packers were in on Anthony Richardson. They did try to get Anthony Richardson, but the price was too high.
What was the
think
price?
mentality.
What was the price?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask.
Good follow-up.
You know what? I didn't ask a follow-up. Yep.
You and Wilde should host a show called No Follow-Ups.
I remember a press conference. No, I'm just kidding.
No follow-ups, please. You and Wilde, that'd be a good show. I'll tune into that.
Yeah. Wilde would quit 1 minute before the show starts. I can't do this.
I think you're probably right.
So
don't diagnose me, bro.
But I thought it was interesting, guys, that they changed methodology because I thought, and we've all talked about, developmental quarterback. I remember Tausch brought up the idea of Justin Fields, and people didn't like that idea. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
And then, well, not based on anyone who's seen him play with
Kansas
Chicago.
City Chiefs.
So
one of the greatest coaches in the history of the league thinks it's a good idea, but I'm sure nobody else does.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, I thought they were going to go that route / Anthony Richardson. I thought that was the move. And I think it's interesting that they went Tyrod Taylor for this reason, guys. How many times last year did we talk, and you guys do it every day for 3+ hours, about veteran leadership? The person that when Ben Johnson is saying what he's saying, that they should be pissed at Ben Johnson and not be okay with that. And I feel like Tyrod Taylor, you bring him in, and maybe it kills two birds with one stone. Maybe he is obviously the backup quarterback, but maybe he's the guy that says to Jordan Love, hey, you can't be okay with what just happened here. And if I say it, I'm just the backup. Here's what you need to say. And Jordan could say, well, I don't know that I'm comfortable doing that. And here's the guy who can walk him through that. Malik Willis, to no fault of his own, could not have done that. He was a developmental player. Anthony Richardson could not do that. Developmental player.
Yeah.
If I'm making this up, if J.J. McCarthy gets released, developmental player, I'm just thinking of anybody that would be young developmental player. Tyrod Taylor could say, Jordan, that is not how you handle this situation. And Jordan Love is a great guy, it seems like. And I get the sense that he would look at Tyrod Taylor and say, all right, well, coach me up on this. So that is a direction change, in my opinion, by the Packers.
Great insight.
You should steal that, Tausch.
Evan, that is, I basically said that before Evan joined us, but I don't know if you weren't listening. That I did say something of that ilk. Don't be huffing. What are you, the big bad wolf over there?
So it can't be a conversation. It has to be. I said that already. That was your response to that?
Well, I already no. I think what's been interesting about this, and we all have looked at Brian Gutekunst, and he is not a fan of old players. Jason brought it up in a press conference. It's always, and Shefty on your show this morning, which you did, you guys executed that interview just absolutely excellently. He continued to say, young team. That's kind of the brand, right? That's what Green Bay does.
Yeah, he did say that. That's right.
They're changing course. And I think a part of it is I think there were more issues in that locker room. And the fact that LaFleur brought that up unprompted this offseason tells you that's a concern. What does Goody do? He goes and trades for an older linebacker to bring in. He brings in an older defensive lineman. That doesn't ever happen. And now you're going to bring in an older veteran quarterback that maybe will help. I thought it was more of on-the-field stuff. But when you bring it up this way, I've been saying all year that this whole Jordan Love, I think he's only done a couple of interviews, about the Bears, it isn't good enough just to stay even keel. Like, I want my players even keel, but there's times you need a little extra juice. You need to throw a little extra gas on a fire. And maybe Tyrod Taylor saying, listen, man, we've had this rivalry. I know he's with Baltimore. I don't even know. He's been everywhere, it feels like. So he's seen this. There ain't anything more heated than what the Bear-Packer rivalry is now. It's at Kelvin 173. Like, this thing is piping hot. And you can't sit there off to the side and think it ain't no big deal, because it is. And I'm guessing Tyrod Taylor, just from a mentality standpoint, is going to bring a lot in that locker room on top of the on-the-field stuff. And, hey, did you see this? Did you see these protections? Did you see this adjustment? All of that encompassing it is going to be a heck of a lot worth a heck of a lot more than bringing in some developmental kid that doesn't have any of that, and that will help Jordan grow into being the guy that I think we all hope he can be.
So, to Evan's very, very astute point that you have taken and brought one step further. Last year, the Green Bay Packers had two players who had celebrated their 30th birthday when the season started. Kicker Brandon McManus, long snapper Matt Orzech. They now have Tyrod Taylor, who will be 37 before the season begins, Javon Hargrave, who is 33, Zaire Franklin, who will be 30 before the season begins. They also have two players who some thought they might move on from because they are getting closer to 30. But Josh Jacobs is the unquestioned number one running back without a number two. And Aaron Banks will be turning 29 like Josh Jacobs, and he is back for another year at guard. So, Evan, when you look at this, what do you make from your national perch of Brian Gutekunst, who you have praised frequently, and Tausch has soured slightly on, still not down on him, I don't think. I don't want to misrepresent his position. But what do you make of a guy who has been very ardent in his youthful team doing this much 30-something business?
Yeah. So I don't know that there's that clear, unquestioned, like, guy who's, I don't want to say the leader, but like that clear, like, I am not happy with what's going on. You're going to listen to me right now because I've been there and done that. Right. I always reference my favorite player, non-Michael Jordan in the NBA, a guy by the name of Udonis Haslem, who was with the Miami Heat for 20 years. And he actually, Tausch will probably appreciate this. I don't know that I've ever talked to Tausch about this, and maybe he'll say I stole it from him somehow. But Udonis actually thought, and still thinks, there should be an OG rule where you have one roster spot that's like in addition to, just for somebody that's been around forever, that you can use in that OG mentality, like where it's like, okay, well, we need this guy still here, and it doesn't count that much against the cap, but he's the guy that is going to – I mean, like literally Tausch. Like Tausch would still be in uniform because he would be telling people, like, that's not the way Brett did it. That's not the way Aaron did it. That's not the way Julius Peppers did it. I was told about the way that Reggie White did it, and that's not the way that happened. We are not okay acting this way. And the difference, Jason, as you know, is – and I've talked to you, Donis, about this. It's the moment you put on the suit, you're not one of them. But when you keep the jersey on, regardless of how long you play, you're one of them. So Tyrod Taylor feels like the guy that one day will put on the proverbial suit and he will coach, right? Now, obviously, it's not a suit in the NFL, but you get what I'm saying. Where in this case, as long as he's one of them, I think they may rely on him to be that guy. Now, there's a bigger picture question. And this is a leap, but I will ask you guys as a question, not as a statement. Is it at all, I don't want to say a knock, but is it at all worth wondering if they didn't think Jordan Love could do that, and that's why there's not a developmental quarterback behind him?
Well, I think there's a couple of things to why they're doing this, as we talked about earlier. One being that they can't have a guy like Kyle McCord or apparently Desmond Ridder, who they don't think can win a game if he gets hurt, because it's happened each of the last 2 years. Secondly, and Tausch made a very good point, like I wanted in his first year as the starter, I wanted Matt Ryan, who had played for LaFleur in Atlanta. I didn't realize the offset language when he was released. It was smarter for him to go work for CBS because it didn't offset the money that he was already owed.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah, as the backup.
As a backup?
Yeah, because he had been, where was he?
Why would he do that?
Because, well, he didn't end up playing at all in 2023. Remember, he was...
Yeah, but he never has been a backup. Why would he do that? I'm confused.
Well, so did Matt
Hasselbeck. He was the starter.
Okay. I think Matt Ryan was not very good his last year.
Matt Ryan are two different. Like, I mean, I get it, but I just hadn't heard you say that, Jason. I didn't realize that that's who you were targeting. That's interesting.
So in his...
Jason loves Matt's, though, too. That's the other thing.
I do.
Oh,
Matt Carney.
Are you a blind faith in Matt? That's interesting.
Patricia.
If somebody names Matt. Yeah, no.
But interesting, he went with Luke for the gospel choice today. That was interesting, Jason. You didn't go Matt with the gospel. You went Luke.
You know what, Tausch, what's interesting about this? What you're saying. You know what name I have blind faith in from our era of kids? And you know what I'm saying? No, Kelly. If you're a Kelly, our era television, blind faith. Kelly Kapowski.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a blind faith name. Do you agree? You assume
Mike Kelly
is beautiful and cool. Mike Kelly, beautiful. Great guess when you don't have him on.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you bring up Kelly Kapowski and Kelly Taylor, you're going to get me. I'm on board.
Yeah.
What was Jennifer Love Hewitt's name in the show after 90210?
Party of Five?
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's a good question.
She was, wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
she should have been named Kelly if she wasn't.
Yeah, that was kind of my point, was it should have been Kelly. From a trust standpoint, I'd go Nat Pasiccio. You're going to trust. Nat Pasiccio is the Tyrod Taylor of 90210.
That's a great comment.
Where do you go to get good sage advice? You go to the Peach Pit. You sit back and you can have an open conversation over a slice of pie. That's what I'm hoping Tyrod Taylor brings.
If you're down in the dumps, okay, and you can walk in to go see Nat Pasiccio, you're good. You're good. And
Totally
then,
agree.
you remember Willie, the chef?
No, I missed Willie.
Oh yeah, the main chef, the cook, the chef. Willie, I think Willie was his name. Yeah, but Nat Pasiccio. I mean, we're talking about one of the all-time great influences, mentors.
Yes.
Really in the history of the world.
And he covered it with everybody. A lot of times it's, he's going to handle it with Dylan.
That's the point. You think it's just Brandon. It wasn't.
But it was
Brandon.
everybody. Steve Sanders would come in there with an issue, and Nat would sit him down. And even Val, Kelly Kapowski Part 2.0. Val would go in there, and Nat Pasiccio would help Val.
Valerie Malone.
Yes.
That's right. It's an excellent point. How about when Hillary Swank was on the show as a single mother, waitress there, who had her back? Nat Pasiccio.
Yeah, Pasiccio. I think we can start looking at Tyrod Taylor as he's Pasicio'd it. That could be, if Jordan Love's leadership grows immensely, we're going to say he has the Pasiccio effect. Put that down in your story, Jason. That could be good.
Yeah, I'll further the comp, Tausch. You know what Jordan Love may be?
Uh-oh.
Is Jordan Love really David Silver? Is he? I'm going to tell you why.
No,
Absolute
he's
star.
not David. No.
Everyone, hold on.
Okay.
Everyone wants to love him. Everyone wants to love him. He's not Brandon. He's not Dylan. Let's be fair.
So who's Brandon and Dylan?
Okay.
Favre and Rodgers?
That's right.
And then who's Steve
That's right.
Sanders out of that group?
Matt
Now,
Flynn.
Matt, no, that's downgrading Steve Sanders.
Yeah.
How dare you? You know what? Steve Sanders is maybe you. Now that I think about it.
Talk about downgrading Steve
I got an
Sanders.
amazing
I met Steve Sanders
story
out
for
at a film festival one time.
I've met him a million times.
Okay.
I've texted with him.
You've texted
Was he in the
Steve
yogurt
Sanders.
shop with Sam Waterston?
Oh, what a moment that was! You remember that? And Jason, he totally ignored me. He didn't care at all that I thought he was great. It was really remarkable. He just didn't care. Didn't care.
You could say David
not in a
Silver's
rude way.
roster of girlfriends is almost the same as Derek Jeter's. He
unbelievable.
is. I mean, it's been quite a.
Vanessa Marcel in real life.
Yeah.
Vanessa Marcel.
Yep.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yep.
Megan Fox.
Yep.
I don't know his current wife. Well, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I always thought Jennifer Love Hewitt reminded me of like Gene Stick Michael with the Yankees. This unbelievable scout. If you look at Jennifer Love Hewitt in her early years, some of the boyfriends she had, they were all big. She had them before they got big. I believe she dated John Mayer before he got big. I believe she dated Carson Daly before he got big. I think you got to give Jennifer Love Hewitt a lot of credit. Great actress, great
I am
singer.
always
Seems
going
like
to
a
give
great
Jennifer
person.
Love Hewitt a lot of credit. That is something you never
And
have to
wasn't
worry
she
about me
in-
doing.
Wasn't she in the LFO Summer Girls video or Summer video, whatever it is?
That I don't know.
She was definitely in one of those videos.
I don't know. Jason?
Yeah, Chinese food makes me sick. Abercrombie and Fitch, that one. I think she was.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Jason, you've been active in this conversation.
I feel like I was trying to defend my Matt Ryan take, and suddenly it became an entire discussion about 90210.
What I don't want is just to bring an old guy in. And I know, Evan just talked about the OG rule. I think if there's somebody that has institutional knowledge of the place and is there the whole time, like a Udonis Haslem, I get it and I'm on board with it. I don't want you bringing in, somebody that has not been there.
Well, is there anybody? Is there anybody who was with them then wasn't with them that they could bring back?
I think this fit because of all of the things we've mentioned besides the Pasiccio effect. This definitely makes a lot of sense for all of the reasons that we talked about. But what you don't want to have is sitting around telling you about the old days and not being able to bring anything to the table.
I don't think that's Tyrod Taylor.
No. I'm not. I'm not saying it's Udonis Haslem, but I'm saying if you get into that and that's all you're looking for, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So I get
No,
I
but you
your
get
point.
the Udonis Haslem effect
For sure. I
from
do.
a guy who can still play.
He could still give you
That's
a
right.
minute or two, but your main focus is on mentality, practice habits, studying film, how to be a pro, especially when you're going to continue to be the youngest team. Rob Davis is the perfect Udonis Haslem, and he was in that building for a
was like
long
the
time.
backup tight end for
Long
forever?
snapper for
Long
years. Then he
snapper.
got into player development. He was the OG. He still is, I think, for a lot of guys. That is your Udonis Haslem. I don't know if that's definitely
He also
not.
served as Dennis Rodman's bodyguard in Chicago during the 90s Bulls era. All right, Evan, you got to get ready for L.A. We appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
And Tausch, you need to get ready to give away some Iron Jock gear as well.
Yeah, Jesse, I don't know what number to go with today. I can tell you this as a former athlete. Worn just about every workout gear there is. Nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh. No matter how hard you work, from the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident through May 10th. It's bundle madness. Get one lightweight hoodie, one jogger or jogger, one short sleeve T-shirt, and just $100. It's 45% savings. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. So shop now at ironjock.com. Right now is your chance to win some Iron Jock socks. I got to get me some Iron Jock socks. You know I'm a big sock guy.
We have some. They're really nice.
Caller number 72. Caller 72 at 770-3776 to win some Iron Jock socks. Call it, what did I say, 72?
72.
All right.
844-770-3776. I can vouch for the socks. Maddie likes them for running. They stay up. They're the ones that she has are the no-show socks, but they stay up really nicely, which is a frustration with no-show socks. They are very high quality, and she is a huge fan, and you will be too if you are caller 72 844-770-3776. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Don't look now. Mother's Day is coming soon. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Ben Brust, and we're ready to help out with the Welke's Mother's Day giveaway. From now through May 7th, register at Welke'sMothersDay.com. The winner gets a one-night stay at the St. Kate the Arts Hotel, a gift card to one of St. Kate's restaurants, and of course a big bouquet straight from Welke's Milwaukee florist. It's the perfect way to show the mom in your life how appreciated she is. That's Welke'sMothersDay.com. But if you don't win, don't sweat it. Mention ESPN at checkout to get 10% off at Welke's Milwaukee florist on any order. It's the Welke's Mother's Day giveaway on ESPN Milwaukee.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger's offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
Overall, it was a successful weekend in our nation's capital for the Brewers as they took 2 out of 3 games from the Nationals. While the pitching staff only allowed 5 runs throughout the 3-game series, it took another hit as Jacob Mizorowski exited Friday's game with a hamstring injury. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say on Miz's early exit.
We feel pretty good about it. We're not going to test it right now because I'm afraid he might cramp again, so we'll see what it is tomorrow. We're very hopeful. He feels good about it.
Up next, the crew will continue their road trip in St. Louis for a 3-game set against the Cardinals. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Spring is in the air, and Alev's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring is a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just 1 dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good night's sleep.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Thanks as always to Evan Cohen for maybe or maybe not stealing Tausch's best materials, but always entertaining to talk with him. We talked with Jonathan Gannon yesterday. We'll get to what he had to say coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. But Tausch, to our point that we were discussing, I mean, Tyrod Taylor, I think, fits a number of different things that the Packers are looking for. Jesse, everything okay over there?
No, but I don't know what happened. He just suddenly couldn't hear anything, so I'm guessing that is something going on there. I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah, I don't think my mic for whatever reason isn't working over there now.
Well, did you kick it?
I didn't kick it, but there's something unplugged.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Jason, I was just going to ask you, this Tyrod Taylor signing, along with Franklin, along with Hargraves, has there been a sea change in the mentality of how Brian Gutekunst is putting a roster together? Because this isn't a one-off. This isn't signing a 40-year-old kicker. This is bringing in three cats that are, no, Tyrod hopefully isn't going to play a huge role.
Right.
But has this changed? You don't sign a ton of your draft picks anymore after they get done with 4 years. Has this approach on roster building and coming up short, not being able to finish, has it changed Brian Gutekunst's attitude on how he builds a team?
Yeah, so the addition of Tyrod Taylor, I think, is the one that's pushing it over the top for me, right? Zaire Franklin and Javon Hargrave.
Zaire Franklin was a real head-scratcher to me.
Because why?
Because you typically, I mean, how old is he? He's 31?
He's 29. He will turn 30 before the season.
Okay, he's going to turn 30.
All-Pro in 2024, which was only a year ago.
2 years ago,
Kind of
yeah.
dropped off the table last season.
Yeah, it's out of character to trade, and then you obviously, when you make that trade, you're basically announcing you're not going to bring in a guy that you drafted in the first round, and you're not going to bring him back.
Correct. Well, I think the way Goody explained that was it became clear to him that they were not going to be able to keep.
Right, but
they must have been very far apart.
Yeah, Jason,
on the
you know
contract
this better than I do. I mean, you're going to prioritize what you're going to prioritize. If you want Quay Walker back on this team, you're going to get him.
Right. They wanted him back at their price, and he was not interested in that.
That means you don't really want him.
They certainly weren't going to pay top dollar for him, and now they get a guy who's done it in the league.
It just feels like, to me, we've seen this movie. We've not seen the development and growth of the young players to be mature enough to handle the pressures of what comes with late season football and postseason football the last 2 years. And maybe I'm wrong, but you don't go make these signings and go against pretty much your whole philosophy on how you build a team by not signing old guys, by bringing in young or elevator year guys. And all of a sudden, now we're at 3. There is a potential of it being 4, 5, maybe 6 guys, because I'm guessing you're going to have to go get an older lineman to kind of solidify things. I'm not going to be shocked if you go get an older corner. You know, how old is old boy from the Chargers? 28, 29?
Yeah, he's going to turn 29. Yep.
So that's not old, but it's not
super
24, 25. It's not elevator.
Correct. Uh-huh.
And it just feels like that mentality. I think the Packers learned some things the last 2 postseasons that they don't like. And instead of standing pat and saying, well, we just got to get the right, maybe we needed some veteran leadership and some guys that have been around and have seen it and done it that can help bring the other guys along. And that is something that we have not seen under Brian Gutekunst really since he signed Rick Wagner in that COVID year. That's really been the last time we've seen it.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Goody again at some point about this. We didn't really address it after the draft because we were focused on draft selections, et cetera. And they did trade up to take a kicker, which took up a lot of the oxygen during that conversation, and rightfully so. But I am curious what exactly to make of this potential philosophical shift. And I don't know what's it, one's a coincidence, two or whatever it is, and then three's a trend, or whatever that saying is. You're the expert on sayings. I don't want to steal it from you. But are we at trend point now of 30-somethings or approaching 30 players? Because if you recall, in that press conference on February 4th, when I said the line of demarcation thing, he said, no, there's no line of demarcation at age 30. Well, maybe there was, and there isn't anymore, right? Because now, they have obviously either kept guys that are getting close to 30 or that have surpassed 30, and I'm very eager to see how much further he's willing to go. Because to your point, Tausch, I think they could use a veteran lineman. I think they could use a veteran corner. I think those are two spots where you still think, okay, you like Brandon Cisse, but do you want him to have to be, like, if Keyshawn Nixon busts a chin strap and he misses 8 games, is Cisse ready to play? I don't know. Maybe he will be. Or maybe you do need somebody who's kind of been there, done that, or maybe St. Juice steps up. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I do want to get to some of the things that Jonathan Gannon said yesterday.
Did he talk?
Not that you would know it from this program, but yes, at length. So did Cam Achord, and so did Adam Stenavich. So we covered all the coordinators yesterday. Today we've got a bunch of the new assistants as well, so we will talk to them coming up around 12:30 at Lambeau Field. But before that, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour, and we need to get to it late because I've been rambling. But before I can do that, I need to tell you about Walney Legal Group. I've been telling you about them for a while. I have my intake form that I have to fill out so I can get started on doing all the requisite planning for my estate planning, which it's not a big estate, but you got to have your affairs in order. That's why Walney Legal Group specializes in estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. They offer customized, personalized experiences, not the cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solutions that you might find elsewhere. And estate planning, as they say, is an uncomfortable necessity, and I can vouch for that because I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't want to think about dying. I don't want to think about what am I going to do and what are Paul and the girls going to be taken care of if that happens. But they make it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible and take care of me from start to finish. Their motto, lawyering the way it should be, with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. So if you've been putting this off like I have, you're not alone. 16% of people have everything in order. 16%. That means we're in the 84%. So let's get our acts together with the help of Walney Legal Group. Start the conversation on their website, walneylegal.com. That's walneylegal.com, WALNY legal.com. I've already had 3 or 4 of our fans who have inquired about this. So, again, you have to spell the website right, WALNY legal.com. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Pickleball fanatics, grab your paddle and get ready to rally for recess. Join La Causa Charter School for Rally for Recess on May 16th at Premier Pickleball Club. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., players of all skill levels are invited to compete, learn, and give back in a fun, welcoming environment. Grab a partner or sign up solo and enjoy a great day of community and friendly competition. Your participation helps fund safer sports fields, a renovated playground, and a new outdoor classroom. And every donation is matched to maximize impact. Buy your tickets now at lacausa.org and come rally for recess.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Sooner or later, the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch. And it begins now. We will hear from Jonathan Gannon, including...
Can I give Jesse a little attaboy, though? He came in here and fixed the mic. Down on his hands and knees, just working. Appreciate you.
Next time you take a picture of me, can you make sure my butt crack's not showing?
I
beg your pardon?
Let me tell you something. I sent it to you, Jason, and because it was Jesse came in here because I had to move because I couldn't figure out like what happened. The mic just I'd hit my button and it wasn't turning on. My button and it wouldn't turn on.
Oh my God!
So I sent you a picture of Gel fixing it. And you remember when Kohler Services was a great partner for years, and we always talked about how the professional installation that they would have? Well, this was not professional installation.
I'm out, Jerry.
Why'd you do that to me? All I'm trying to do is help you. All I'm trying to do is get us set up in a truck to call a high school baseball game on Thursday.
Yes, listen.
All I'm trying to do is help you out around
I
here.
Appreciate you. I didn't.
Well,
how
you're only saying
me?
You sent a picture of his butt.
You repay me?
I took a picture of Jesse fixing the deal.
I didn't take a picture like Larry the plumber coming in there in a hurry with trying to just help you get situated so you're happy.
By the way, did I post things that are
not yet
embarrassing? I don't even do that. You know that. You're sitting there. Every chance you get, you'll post me a spike in the first pitch, and you love doing that. And then your butt crack is like everywhere. I'm not going to post that. If Jason wants to, great. If you want to, great. I was taking a picture saying, thank you, Jesse, for coming in here to the Everlight Solar Studio and fixing a problem that I caused. I didn't even knowingly do it, and you did it. So I give a kudos, and then you attack me? That doesn't seem right.
This is a setup.
It's not.
It is. You deliver this soliloquy of thankfulness. Also, you could talk about the butt crack photo.
No, I didn't bring up butt crack. He did.
You were playing 4D chess.
I'm not that smart.
I've helped fix 100 different things in there for you over the years. I've helped fix at
flat
least
out not true.
I've at least fixed 4 other things for you over the years.
Not 400.
And you've never once taken a picture of me helping you out. But today, you just felt like I'm going to say thank you by taking a picture of Jesse hard at work. Yeah, that's exactly what happened today.
I'm sorry that your butt crack showed. I didn't mean for that to be part of the picture.
It's a precarious angle.
Precarious. I'm sitting in this chair. You're down here.
You gotta sit on the ground. You gotta lean in to try and get to it. And some things
Don't
happen
let Jason
sometimes.
try to split us up. We've been really good. I'm not gonna let Jason besmirch my motivations. That was not my motivation. It happened that is the end result.
It just worked out that way.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
All right. I want to get to Jonathan Gannon. As much as I could talk about Jesse's butt all day, I do need to talk about Brewers checking from Associated Bank, however. 20% off at the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets exclusively for Brewers checking account customers. The express entry, so you can tailgate a little longer. Just go through the Associated Bank entrance of American Family Field and show your Brewers card at the gate. Plus, perks like beyond the game day experience and getting pre-sale access to concerts and other non-baseball events, and those savings discounts again on the Brewers Academy if you're registering for that, or for the 5K and 10K Famous Racing Sausages Run and Walk at AmFam Field. You get all that and more with your Associated Bank Brewers card. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. More Wilde Tausch is straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Tiara from Events by Design here. We were thrilled to work with Thanasis Antetokounmpo on Thanalysis Live.
Welcome to the stage, Nature Boy, Rick Flair!
Events by Design, a proud partner of Thanalysis.
Mr. Pat Murphy!
Events by Design. We design, you party.
A huge month of Brewers baseball kicks off with a battle against the Yankees Friday, May 8th through Sunday, May 10th. Catch the crew for half off with Wisconsin's first Friday game tickets on Friday the 8th. Plus, Mother's Day Sunday is the perfect game to bring the whole family with new kids experiences every Sunday. Plus, the first 10,000 fans over the age of 21 get a Brewers picnic blanket at the Mother's Day game, courtesy of American Family Insurance. Score your tickets at Brewers.com.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Mark Tausch here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at insurancewarranty.com. This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2006 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. You could be one of millions of drivers that may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan, you pick your deductible, you even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included, and your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Get your vehicle protected now and save costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. Call 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203. That's 800-253-6203.
Hail damage? Siding Unlimited is here to help. We are not the storm chasers. That's important. Siding Unlimited doesn't chase storms. However, if the storm comes into our area like it just did, we're always available to help. Why is that important? Storm chasers skip town, leaving you with a roof with zero warranty. Siding Unlimited uses a roofing system that will get you a 50-year warranty on parts, pieces, and workmanship. Siding Unlimited will be there if you have a call down the road. Siding Unlimited is your local family partner on this project. We're here for you. Siding Unlimited. New roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Call Siding Unlimited or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Tausch, you got one supporter in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments, as Jim points out. Kansas City traded a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. Wonder if Green Bay was looking at getting him. They did. That was reported that the Packers did have an interest in him. He would be a much better option than Tyrod Taylor. My question for you is, do you agree with Jim, who is agreeing with you?
It depends what you're looking for, because what this tells me is a shift in mentality. This tells me we're going to win the whole blanket thing, and all of the things that Evan said, that I've said, that Evan has stolen from me, the leadership component and taking that next step, I think is as important as any of the actual on-the-field stuff with Tyrod. When you're talking about Fields, I thought his dynamicity and running with the things you could have done with him and been, a whole different. I don't know how well is Tyrod moving around. I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen enough to give you a fair assessment. I know in his heyday, he moved. He was a good mover. He was mobile. Don't know if that is still the case. Justin Fields, that would have been a big part of what he would have brought. That's why I wanted him to come. But there's just a lot of positive things that this Taylor signing tells me, how the Packers view their roster and how they view this team. And with Fields, it would have been more of a, all right, we hope. Here, they know. They have the sense of, all right, I know what we're getting. And all of these intangible things are also going to be an awesome addition to hopefully continuing to grow Jordan Love's leadership skill set.
All right, Jesse, I'm getting the feeling that you're more intrigued and interested in not only your plumber's crack, but in Tyrod Taylor than you are in Jonathan Gannon. If they had Jonathan Taylor, now that would really be interesting.
That would be fun.
You don't seem to be digging JG.
Was he part of the Tool Time deal?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Indeed.
Jonathan Taylor.
Who was the neighbor? He's got some Pasiccio in him. That neighbor was Pasiccio.
Oh, my God, we're back to Pasiccio.
Was that Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson. Never
not
really
to be
known,
confused with the volleyball.
But he would
never
always
saw his face.
He would always give it solicited and unsolicited advice through the fence, and it was not just with Tim the Tool Man; it was everybody.
All the different Taylors would go and reach out for
He's
advice.
He's the Tyrod Taylor of Tool Time. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Actually, he was setting me up to talk. Thanks, Tausch.
Okay. Go ahead, Jell.
Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. Jonathan Gannon seemed pretty blah.
Again, it's not about how good he is with us.
You knew that this was the case.
No. Jeff
Hafley was Mr.
It's not
Diamond.
about Hafley. It's not about Hafley.
But it is.
You can be compelling and excited and offer some interesting material and be like, you're coaching Micah Parsons. That sounds pretty fun, doesn't it, Johnny? And he not say, we got a good player. We'll see what the scheme looks like.
He Belichicked it.
Well, it seemed
He
very
was
So
Belichicked.
let's
was a
do
little
this.
Belichickian.
Because Tausch admitted that he didn't actually see or hear any of this. So we'll play a little Did You Hear This? But first, let's start with the exchange that I had with him. Because I will say,
Did you get good seats yesterday, or did you get bullied?
I sat in my usual seat. Yeah, I'm back in my usual spot.
So you guys have all kind of fallen back in line.
Yeah, I think so. Again, it doesn't matter where I sit. I just want to make sure
I'm sure.
Get a couple of questions. And no, I really don't care.
Okay. You brought up that old boy from Chicago sat in your chair and threw everybody off.
Because all three coordinators noted it. And were confused
well, if you don't care
by my
where
location
you sit, why do you
change.
sit in the same seat all the time?
For familiarity for the interviewee.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
no.
We're all calling BS
that's
on
why
this. We call BS. It's all
Thank
right.
you for telling me that I'm not telling the truth. I will tell you the truth about this exchange. It was more inspiring than Jesse's giving it credit for. By the way, I like that shirt. I have the same shirt. Where'd you get that?
Probably a Nike store. Be my guess.
Okay. Thought maybe when you went to Oregon. We exchanged pleasantries with Jonathan Gannon. Here is how my line of questioning went.
I was reading a story when you got to Philly where Sirianni asked you what your scheme was, and you told him, I don't have a scheme.
Mm-hmm.
That story's true?
It is.
Obviously you have plenty of ideas, but what was kind of the point? It sounds like that's kind of...
Yeah, the point is that, Matt, same thing, honestly. The point is the game's it adapts, right? And I don't really get caught up into 4-3, 3-4. We're an NFL-style defense, hopefully, right? And I just believe that you got to continually every year try to adapt and solve problems and really with your guys in mind, right? So this is a whole new crew for me that we're just getting to learn, all new different players, so that's kind of what I mean by that. But there's some principles that, there's some things that I like to do, but it's only if our players can do it. I told them the other day, I was like, if we're not good at this just because I like it, we're not going to do it, so that's our job. We got to put them in the best positions possible that they feel comfortable that they can go out and play the game. And before scheme, I truly believe it's not what you play, it's how you play. And that goes into, Matt calls it play style. I love that. So that's been cool with our guys to define that for them. Here's the expectation. Here's what you're accountable for. We're all accountable for it. Because I think that's what a good defense looks like, a fast, violent, physical team that takes the ball away.
Was Nick taken aback by that?
No, he probably laughed. He says, you better get one, But, no, it's obviously a really good relationship with Nick, but that's what I meant by that.
So he says at the beginning of that response that he used that same line on LaFleur, so he was plagiarizing himself. But the line works, and that is his philosophy. Jesse, you didn't find that compelling.
I ain't going to lie to you. I don't sleep great at night. I found my loop. I'm going to pull that up, and that will help. That'll help. That was not, that was boring. It was.
It's our new guy.
This is the first time you meet, and listen, man, I don't need you to be Jeff Hafley.
Keep in mind, he's saying that's the exciting answer of the batch.
And he smiled a little bit.
Yeah,
which I don't know if he was smiling.
Now, Jesse, that's a good point, by the way. Very good point.
Yeah, it just was not. It was boring. It was very boring. And maybe it's boring by design. I don't know. Is it boring by design, or is that just where we're at?
I don't know him well enough to speak to whether or not it is who he truly is, or that is the public persona he would like to present.
Yeah, it's boring. I'm on Team Jesse. Team BC.
Well, then you will really enjoy what we've got coming up next. Did you hear this from the Jonathan Gannon press conference?
Obviously, you thought it was super interesting. What did you glean that was so interesting from it?
Again, it gave me the lead to my story on channel3000.com. I do think that, as I was talking about with John Miller from NBC 26 in Green Bay, afterward, he does seem to have some of the same philosophies, if not the same entertaining, engaging delivery that his predecessor had.
What philosophy?
In terms of
hard play style?
Of altering what you do based on your personnel. I think that has become far more commonplace in the NFL than back when you were playing, right? When it was, hey, we do what we do and you're going to fit what we do, and being a little more malleable with what you want to do with the people you have. Jeff Hafley was big on that.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
No, I think that's always great, but there needs to be like a foundation of what you're doing.
Core principles.
Yeah.
I agree.
And what are those?
It's a great question. As you will find from our Did You Hear This segment with him, we didn't find out much.
He's taken on some LaFleurisms already. In the 4 months that he has not talked to you guys, he's taken on some LaFleurisms. You know, when he asks, he kind of doesn't answer or ask the question, but he says, right? He's got it's very LaFleur-esque. Like, right? Right? And it's looking like from validation.
Yeah, I did miss Jeff Hafley yesterday, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to give him a chance as he gets to know us better. Hopefully we get more information because, again, the fans want this. Okay, yes, do I want to have fun back and forths with him and get good information that way? Yes, but the most important thing is we want to educate.
Did you feel like you
entertain
educated the fans yesterday?
I don't know. Did you read my story? What did you think?
I didn't read your story.
Okay. You can report back on whether it entertained you or not. But no, I don't think it was. Jesse's not wrong. I was just merely using that as an entry point for this conversation. He was not exciting. He was not. No one expected him to be Jeff Hafley,
you talked to your
and
guys
he wasn't.
down in Arizona. What was he like down there?
Even worse.
Oh wow.
But a very nice guy.
Yeah, it's good to be nice
by the Arizonians.
It's good to be nice.
It's also good to have American Family Insurance and be under their roof.
Indeed. Proud partner of Wilde Tausch from the jump. You know, I played in Green Bay for over a decade. I learned quickly you've got the right protection up front. You can play with confidence. That's what American Family Insurance has been doing for almost 100 years, protecting your home, your auto, and the dreams you're building for your families. You can focus on what matters most. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde & Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Now through May 10th, it's Bundle Madness. Get one lightweight hoodie, one jogger, and one short sleeve t-shirt for just $100. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Mm-hmm. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Milwaukee. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you could send flowers again, or you could be the hero of the family and send a Kringle. We're talking flaky, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth goodness delivered right to her door in a beautiful Mother's Day gift box. Go classic with her favorite flavor, or go big with a heart-shaped Kringle topped with pink icing. It's fresh, it's It's delicious, and best of all, you didn't have to bake it. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4Danish.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
You can search for the biggest bat selection, but I'm here to save you time because the best baseball and softball bat selection in the Midwest is right here at Burkhardt Sporting Goods. We stock just about every bat on the market from all the top manufacturers like Easton, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, and more, and sell them all at the guaranteed lowest prices. So get in here and try a few out in our indoor batting cages. There's no need to look any further because when it comes to bats, if you want it, we got it at Burkhardt Sporting Goods.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spirit wear is vital. That's why Burkhardt Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spirit wear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spirit wear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhardt.
You can't beat Burkhardt.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse, I'm not sure what our coaching staff would tell us or your Chat GPT, but doing a segment of Did You Hear This with Jonathan Gannon and promoting it as, oh my God, this guy's boring, I'm going to guess that that's not what we're looking for, but we're going to do it anyway.
Unless you frame it for our fans as you're not going to believe how Jonathan Gannon sounded at the podium yesterday. Stick around to find out in a round of Did You Hear This on Wilde and Tausch.
That's nice. That's a good job.
Thank you.
You bet.
After you said how boring he was, though. Like, you think they weren't listening when you said that part?
Not everybody listens every day, Jason.
It's true. Everybody's in different.
Yeah, but was anybody listening 5 minutes ago?
Someone just turned the show on a minute ago and is wondering what we're talking about with Jonathan Gannon. Has no idea.
Well, here's Jonathan Gannon, and Did You Hear This?
Consider it the radio version of a conversation at the water cooler. It's time for Did You Hear This on Wilde and Tausch.
First up in this exhilarating round of Did You Hear This, featuring Jonathan Gannon's first press conference with the media as the defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers. What appealed to him about coming to Green Bay?
You just see the stability of this place, and that kind of catches your eye in a league that's so much turnover. Really like Ed, Goody, Russ. It's obviously an iconic, franchise, the Green Bay Packers, When you're a little kid, you learn about the Green Bay Packers no matter where you are in the country, I think. And then obviously Matt, I really haven't known him for a little bit of time, competed against him for a decent amount of time. It was really cool. I got the opportunity to come link up with him.
Jason, your thoughts?
He really likes everybody that he works for.
Tausch.
What are we doing? That's what you learned from that, Jason? I think that tells you, Jonathan Gannon, for as much as we could say he's boring in his first thing, and it is. I'm not going to try and spin it. He was in high demand. And it feels like 6 years ago, but remember, we need to get Jimmy Leonard. There's all these other guys that are potentially going to be in the mix for this job. And Jonathan Gannon came in here. I think Matt LaFleur impressed him. Obviously, the organization impressed him. And they were able to recruit and bring him in where he was going to be in a pretty good – he's coming off of being a head football coach. Could have taken a year off. Don't think he could have done media.
Could have done Sunday NFL Countdown.
As well, Jason Garrett had a job, so I think Gannon could have probably done it. And he wanted to be here. And the Packers sold him with their structure and with the stability that this organization has. And now we hope that he's as good as he was in Philly. Because for all this other stuff, none of it matters. Some play the game better. He don't want to play the game. That's fine. He doesn't have to. The game of media and all of that, it buys you a little bit of goodwill. But in the grand scheme, Mike Vrabel was the king of the media from a coaching standpoint. Look it. He ain't anymore.
A little bit too close.
So nobody cares. Like that, it comes down to, are you good at your job and can you get your players to be really good at theirs? All this other stuff is just for the big... the talking heads and the blah, blah, blah.
Hey, that's us.
I understand. I'm telling you, they don't care. And for everybody that thinks they do, they don't.
And no, they definitely don't care. What I took from it, beyond liking Goody and Ed and Russ, is that, and I think he kind of hinted at this a little bit later, and he wasn't going to flat out say it, but he worked at a place that has had some pretty long-standing institutional dysfunction, right? Arizona seems to do everything just about wrong. That's one of those franchises that has had a few moments where good things have happened.
Shovel past to Larry.
But generally speaking, yeah, the Kurt Warner era was at least okay for them, but more often than not great, right? And so I think he sees stability here where there was instability for a very long time in Arizona, and he was part of that because they didn't win, and they went 3-14 last year, and he got fired. I don't know to what degree he was going to be in demand. Obviously, there's a lot of new defensive coordinators throughout the league. If he hadn't taken the Packers job, would he have got another one? Probably.
Yeah.
I think we have to be a little bit careful about talking about how good he was in Philly. He was only the defensive coordinator for 2 years. 1 year they were mid. The other year they went to the Super Bowl. So he seems like a good defensive coach. I don't know if his coordinator resume is long enough to say for certain
is that right?
That he's really good.
Okay.
Did you hear this?
Well, speaking of talking about the stability of the Green Bay Packers, Jonathan Gannon did elaborate. I thought this was actually pretty good from everything that he said, talking about the structure in Green Bay and how they've built the Packers' defense.
They got a lot of talent. Matt and Goody, the whole personnel side has done a really good job. They've done a really good job, in my opinion, of acquiring talent, good players, that it's a good mix of some younger players. We got some vets that are some really good players, that sweet spot like McKinney I think about, who's like, you think he's been playing forever because he's such a high-performing vet, but he's still pretty young. So, and then you got some guys that are younger that are, on their first contract that have played really good football. We should have a chance.
Again, he could have presented it in a little more exhilarating of fashion, but does sound like he's optimistic about the personnel that's been assembled on the defense, which is a compliment to Goody.
Yeah, well, what else is he going to say? But when you get Micah Parsons, everything else you need to figure out. I don't want, if I ever hear Goody say, like what Ryan Grigson said, we're paying him so much, it's tough to get anything else. Time to move on. That should never be uttered. And the talent acquisition side of this, Xavier McKinney has been everything you'd hope for.
Yes.
There's Evan Williams is, I think most folks, even Ben Johnson, who hates the Packers, said that's the best safety tandem in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now you add in Bullard. There's a lot to really like about what Gannon is going to be able to do. Now, you got to dial up the right stuff. You got to have a good feel for what the opponent's doing, and you have to play to your team's strengths. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. I think he's got a pretty good track record of what he's been able to do, and that's why Matt LaFleur wanted him. And the stability and everything else that he talked about is the reason he's here. And there's a lot of talent. So all of this other stuff, that's great. It's fine. Show me. I know we're not in Missouri, but this is the show me. Go back to Taylor Swift. This is the show me era for Matt LaFleur and this team. We've seen it. We've seen what we've seen. It's time to show me that we're serious about taking the next step. And not only as a head coach, but as a general manager, as a quarterback, and Micah Parsons as a star defensive end outside linebacker. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of love and a lot of accolades, and it is now the show me era for the Green Bay Packers.
Nailed it. Let's hear one more.
Did you hear this?
Well, if you get to coach Micah Parsons, one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players in the league.
This is the one that bothered you, isn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, this is the one.
This was a lame answer, I understand.
When I see a clip that says, Gannon talks about coaching Micah Parsons, I get to come in here and I get to coach one of the best players in the league, and I'm so excited about all the different things we can do. What a great resource that I have at my disposal here with this new gig. I can't believe this job even opened up. Instead.
Yeah, I think, part of, if you talked about scheme, it's like I believe in who do you have and who you're playing and try to align your people to affect the game in a positive way. So he's obviously a piece that we're going to be mindful of when we're putting together, the scheme, and especially when you get to game planning.
Yeah, that sucked.
He's a piece we're going to be mindful of when it comes to game planning.
Did I miss anything else he said about Micah Parsons? Like, had he already said it 5 times how excited he is to coach him, where he didn't need to say it again later in the press conference?
No, I know that there was a follow-up to that because
so you
that
didn't ask
answer
that question,
was.
Then.
I'm excited about working with all our players, honestly.
Yeah.
Obviously, Micah's a really good player, and that's going to be fun.
Does he not like Micah Parsons?
But we've got a lot of good players.
Well, he was in Philly.
Here?
Listen, he was in Philly.
Why won't he just say he's excited
but Philly
to coach
got the
Micah
better
Parsons?
Of Dal. Yeah, he should. You should.
He did. He said it's going to be fun.
The media intern could do a press conference probably sooner than he did and say, I'm excited to be an intern for a team that has Micah Parsons as one of its star players.
I don't want fake enthusiasm, though. I think he's just an even-keeled. He's a chill guy. I think he's just a chill guy.
Yes, I agree. Just a chill guy.
And I don't want him. Listen, don't be fake. If this is how he feels and he goes about his business, that's fine. Let's get off the Jeff Hafley. Oh my God, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You guys in the media slobbered on him. You did. There ain't gonna be a ton of slobbering going on in this part. It's a new room, so it's good. You keep it clean. You don't have to worry about vacuuming and rug cleaning.
Is that what you do with slobber? You vacuum it?
You rug clean? I don't know. You tell me.
You steam clean it.
You steam clean.
If it's on the carpeting.
Stanley Steamer. Ice cream cleaner.
I was going to say, I didn't know they had an ice cream stand. Jesse has enjoyed Jonathan Gannon so much that we're going to hear one more exchange with him about...
Boy, the unfortunate part of that is those Thursday shows or whatever day after Halfley was always so good.
Friday shows, you
two
talk
were
on
so
Thursday.
Cute together. You guys were like Abbott and Costello.
We did have kind
you
of
guys were real
a
fun.
comedy act. Yeah, it was good stuff. And
we play
we'll
Miami
see.
at home or on the road this year?
Home.
It's too bad. We could have made a road trip down to Miami. That would have been
South
fun.
Green Bay. We'll hear more from Jonathan Gannon, and then we'll turn the page. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Don't look now. Mother's Day is coming soon. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Ben Brust, and we're ready to help out with the Welky's Mother's Day giveaway. From now through May 7th, register at Welky'sMothersDay.com. The winner gets a one-night stay at the St. Kate the Arts Hotel, a gift card to one of St. Kate's restaurants, and of course a big bouquet straight from Welky's Milwaukee florist. It's the perfect way to show the mom in your life how appreciated she is. That's Welky'sMothersDay.com. But if you don't win, don't sweat it. Mention ESPN at checkout to get 10% off at Welky's Milwaukee florist on any order. It's the Welky's Mother's Day giveaway on ESPN Milwaukee.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Need a quick, delicious way to fuel your day? Try one of our new protein power plays from Cousin Subs. Power ham, power turkey, power club, power tuna. 4 craveable 5-inch subs on freshly baked Italian bread. Packed with protein, up to 33 grams. All for just $7.99 for a limited time. It's the flavor you love with the fuel you need. Grab a protein power play in store, online, or on the Cousin Subs app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Homer here with Mike Bruner of Window Nation. Does it or is it done as quickly as people think or quicker than they think? Though, as you've just stated in the survey, it's clearly not as important as the comfort and the safety and how clean things are.
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to get the job done right. Fortunately, we pay our installers significantly more than most other companies out there, so we really do get to choose from the best of the best, and there's no reason why we're not cranking out a 15-window house in one day.
Excuse me?
Yeah, 15-window house in one day. I mean, our crews are phenomenal at what they do, and they are beyond efficient while also getting the job done properly, which is the most important part, getting it done right.
With Window Nation's The More You Buy, The More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 5 years. Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Before we play one more exchange with...
I just saw the dean in he's in the office getting ready. Do a little prep work for this big Sun Prairie Middleton tilt Thursday night. Yeah, look at that. Special guest commentator.
For 3 innings.
No, that changed. Our concert/evening out got postponed. So it's going to be the dynamic trio in the back of that
the
Chevy
whole game?
Silverado.
You're staying for the whole game?
Yeah, I'll probably take an inning or two break just to go commiserate a little bit. But yeah, I'll levering it. I don't know, what do they take? A couple innings off out of 7?
They usually do like 2 and 2. So levering does the first 2.
I'll start the game and probably we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I see how this is going to end up.
How do you think it's going to end up? How do you think it's going to end up?
Second inning's going to get done. It's going to be 3-0. I'm going to go see a couple of people and come back for the top of the 7th. Wrap it up.
Maybe. Hope not, but maybe.
I'm not going to sit here and bellyache about Jonathan Gannon not being as interesting or engaging as Jeff Hafley was. I wanted to talk to him. We finally did. I am glad that we got the opportunity to do so. I did feel like there were some kernels of interesting information, even if it wasn't delivered in the most entertaining manner and not up to Jesse's entertainment standards. I was hoping to get a little more out of him when I asked him about having been a head coach and having it gone the way it did in Arizona. I will admit that I thought it was a decent question, but again, it's not about the question, it's about the answer. Here is that exchange with Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan, speaking of head coaching, obviously, ideally, you win a ton of games in Arizona and you're not even here, right? When you look at that and believing that you're a really good football coach, what was that like to go through to not get the success you wanted? Mm-hmm. And are you kind of excited to go back to coaching ball as opposed to all the other stuff that comes with being a head?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously very grateful for the opportunity. Met a lot of good people and formed a lot of good relationships there and learned a lot, just with being in that seat. And then coming here with this role, you try to take some of those things that you learned and apply it as much as you can to your new role. And I'm really grateful and excited to be here in this role with this organization, working with Matt. Like I said, Goody and everyone's been awesome, and the players, and I think I told the players I'm not a huge rah-rah speech video guy. That's kind of not my style, but there was a quote I showed them when we're talking about those the player development plans, the 1 to 2 things that each guy could do to get a little bit better. There's a quote, and I don't even know where I got it from, but it's kind of quote certain things or keep certain things written down, but you are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. And I said it for the players, but it's for us too. And what that's basically saying is grow and adapt and get better, So if you all have that mindset, then we can continually stick to the process and get better.
I like that quote. I like that he shared that. I was curious
what do you
what
like
lessons,
about that quote?
Because I am always talking about growth and improvement and the idea that you can constantly being the better version of yourself. And that you don't have to be the way you were 5 minutes ago. If you keep growing, you're going to be an even better version of yourself if you keep it up.
So you can kind of just ignore what you did 5 minutes ago and just move on.
No, no.
Okay.
It's not about your actions
curious.
of 5 minutes ago. It's about who you were. And now, I suppose you're under no obligation if you're a great person 5 minutes ago to remain a great person and you could become a crummy person?
Yeah, I don't love that quote. I don't love it.
I would have liked to have gotten more lessons he learned from everything going down the toilet in Arizona that he can apply now.
Yes,
that's what I.
Sure.
That was the point of the question. Instead, we got a little. He was grateful for the opportunity, but that's what I was hoping for, and I did not get that.
Yeah, I think that the whole 5-minute thing, it almost is like you are held responsible for your actions and how you've approached things and what you've done. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't try to improve, but you also want to learn lessons from that.
Sure.
So that's why that quote just kind of, I don't know.
It was certainly not it's
me.
not talent outs, that's for sure.
Well, there's all of these things, and being the leader of men, which when you're a coordinator, you're in charge of that room every day of the week. There does need to be, and I don't want Gannon to be somebody he's not, but I would agree. I think I'm going to lean more on Jesse's side of this aisle with kind of how this is just the first impression. They matter. But the players, as long as they're schemed up, I guess I'll ask you this. Does this feel more Jeff Hafley or the dude before him?
Joe Barry. Yeah, Joe Barry, again,
Joe Barry was great, though. We got a lot of great show topics from Joe.
Yeah.
Like Joe's quotes with you, I love Joe's stuff.
Yeah. So, no, I don't think. Mike Pettin was never particularly someone who enjoyed the media part of the equation. So it felt a little Mike Pettin-y, getting Mike Pettin to smile a few times was a big accomplishment for me.
That. Yeah.
I did like that. He liked to say he had resting blank face. And so when you got him to smile, that was a win. I would say this. He does not seem overly comfortable. From my understanding from his time in Arizona, he did not enjoy the media part of his job. That's kind of what I was part of what I was driving at with the get back to just coaching ball. You only have to talk to us once a week. But, again, I wanted to know the lessons he learned because he spent 3 years in Arizona. They went 4-13, 8-9, and 3-14. And if you're a competitor, that's got to suck.
Mm-hmm.
And so what did you take from that you can apply now that'll make you a better coach after going through that? And that's not what I got.
No, you did not.
I got you're under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. Which, again, it's only the first time.
Rockney, Nick Saban,
John Wooden, Jonathan Gannon.
And then
Jonathan Gannon
5 minutes ago, to hell with it.
Jonathan Gannon is under no obligation to have a press conference as good as that one the next time he's at the podium.
Are you saying it could be even worse, or do you think it'll be better? What you can do, you are under no obligation, but I think you should check out the new season of Behind the Bucks, the podcast that is on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Right now, it's the Bucks versus the world. The 1987 McDonald's Open when they took on the USSR. That's available right now, narrated by Charlie Behrens. It is on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks.com/plus website, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever else you may get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Biz Expo is May 21st at Brookfield Conference Center. Attend strategy seminars on topics including business growth, preparing for cyber risks, AI for marketers, and much more. Stay for the lunch and learn on leadership and the cocktails and conversations panel. No suits, no scripts, no slides, just candid insights from leaders who make high-stakes decisions every day. Research the area's top product and service providers. Learn, network, and connect at Biz Expo on May 21st. Go to biztimes.com/bizexpo.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we see you out there coming up with original ideas, and we support that. Which is why when your project needs some elevation, we have what you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Right now, during our Mother's Day sale, all candles and wax melts 25% off. Select Livingston seed packets 25% off MSRP. $3 off assorted preen weed prevention products. Plus, check out our outdoor garden centers, now open at select locations. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. And I have to confess, I am working on a story, and I was never a believer in the kumbaya wide receiver. Never thought that it worked. Been around too many wide receivers who wanted theirs, which again, you don't really want a wide receiver who's fine with limited opportunities, right? You want somebody who's a competitor. But that said, I just always thought that the idea of we got a bunch of guys that are all number one wide receivers. Just didn't think that was tenable, and it appears, correct me if I'm wrong, Tausch, that the Packers have kind of realized, that's why they traded Dontavion Wicks. That's why they made no effort to re-sign Romeo Doubs. That's why they have Chase Claypool in for a workout, because they know their top four, Watson, Reed, Golden, and Savion Williams, and then it's Bo Melton, Will Shepard, Isaiah Nayor, whoever it might be. So I asked Adam Stenavich, Packers offensive coordinator, about where this wide receiver group stands and whether it didn't work to have so many so-called even wide receivers in that room.
Steno, how challenging has it been the last couple of years for you and Matt and the rest of the offensive staff to want to get all these wide receivers who are kind of on the same footing involved? And how different will it be now where there seems to be a pretty clear 1, 2, 3 pecking order?
I think that was a challenge for sure, going into those other seasons. But I don't see it being much different as how it's going to adjust our game planning or anything like that. I don't know if that answered your question, but sorry. I mean, I'm excited about all the guys we have. So we'll kind of see how everything unfolds as we go forward.
Is it possible that the more the more the merrier, and you need to have more kind of?
Well, certainly from my standpoint as a coach, you want great depth, just for that reason right there, where guys get hurt or whatever, you need a guy to step up. That's always nice from a coach's perspective to have that ability to, if some guy goes down, you have a really good player behind him to not have a big drop off.
Kind of disappointed that the microphone didn't pick up when he says, I don't know if I answered your question. I said, no, you didn't.
How fun.
It was fun.
Let's having some fun.
I enjoy
some laughs.
Yeah.
It's May. We can have some laughs. This isn't middle of the season and we're sweating out a tough losing streak or trying to keep guys on edge. It's May. Have a laugh.
Take a beat. Have a meal.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this quite a bit over the last several months. Do you think at least secretly they're like, okay, this is going to be easier to manage, even if they don't want to say it? I mean, Matt LaFleur said after the draft, it was a problem. That was the quote he said.
Yes, there is no doubt. And Steno's 100% right. You want depth. You have some depth. You have clearly defined roles now, I do believe. Matthew Golden is going to get the opportunities to showcase what he can do. And if he wants to become the number one guy, he's going to have to go out there and really showcase it. Jaden Reed knows he's a 2-3. That's what he's got paid. He is locked in. And you have a Savion Williams who's looking and saying, well, I'm going to break in. I'm going to have to go earn it. You don't hand anything to anybody. So it's a tricky deal when you have all of the guys at the same age or in that same group without contract extensions, because receiver is a selfish place to begin with because it's so tangible. You see it. You know the targets. You know that it isn't, O-line where it's, all right, I'm playing, I'm getting, I'm getting so many pass sets. None of that matters. Receivers, it does. And when you have, I don't want to say dysfunction because I think that's too strong. When you have people that are unhappy, it kind of takes over a room, and it permeates through that group. And you can't really have people thriving because there's always a little bit of a walking on eggshells. Everybody wants to get theirs, and when you're not, you want to be a good teammate, but you're disappointed, and that kind of seeps through, and then that kind of takes over a room. And it gets to be really tough for everybody. Now the play caller has to start looking, well, we have to make sure we get Wicks a touch, or he's going to be, we're going to lose him. Well, we have to make sure Watson gets a certain amount because A is really good and we have to do this. And coaches don't want to have to think about that. They shouldn't have to think about that. And I think the same goes in the receiver room. And, again, that comes back to your quarterback. I think that's something that hopefully, Jordan is going to continue to grow into and make sure the issues that obviously popped up last year won't pop up this year.
Let's play some trivia. Jesse, it's Tuesday. We haven't discussed anything Badgers related, but we're still going to do Badgers Trivia Tuesday, aren't we?
That is correct. We did decide to go with Badgers Trivia Tuesday. I felt like we may have worn the...
I thought we were doing math stuff.
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't know. If you want to bring it back later this week, why don't you come up with 3 questions for the
sounds like Badger Trivia it is.
So there you go.
We'll save Triangle Thursday. Triangle Tuesday would have worked, though.
What of
scaling. Caller 13.
No, I can tell you this. Thursday's category will be famous baseball broadcasters in honor
Garagiola's got to make it.
The high school baseball broadcast booth that we'll have in a truck at from Zimbrick Chevrolet for Sun Prairie East in Middleton.
You're not calling it from Zimbrick Chevrolet, though.
No,
you're
we're
calling
be
it from a truck.
By the time we get to Thursday, I'm not ruling anything out. The way Tausch is proposing ideas here.
Gel has got me a little nervous about how big. Like, we're not one of these trucks that it's all jacked up. I have to get a ladder to get up there.
Like the big giant monster truck tires and stuff.
I'm not gonna be able to get up on that giant monster truck now. Jesse, with all due respect, you'll be able to get up on
there may be some butt crack showing when Jesse climbs up.
Well, there might be butt crack with everybody climbing up there. Got me, Gel, and Semerow climbing up that truck.
It better be a big enough truck, I can tell you that much.
Extra shocks.
Caller 13 for Wilde Tausch Trivia, presented by Iron Jock, Cousin Subs, and Vortex Golf. Caller 13. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app. Whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew, let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Now through May 10th, it's Bundle Madness. Get one lightweight hoodie, one jogger, and one short sleeve t-shirt for just $100. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
I'm not against shopping online. In fact, you can check out our huge selection at BurkhartSportingGoods.com. But when you're ready to buy, Burkhart should be your only stop. Because here, you can grab hold of the Midwest's largest selection of baseball bats, gloves, and equipment, and take all the swings you need in our indoor batting cages to make sure you buy the right bat. And when you buy your new mitt, we'll steam and custom fit it for you right on the spot. This is Brian Burkhart, and when you love baseball and softball like we do, you can't beat Burkhart. If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burkhart Sporting Goods Team Outfitting Division is the best you'll find. With an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service, you can't beat Burkhart.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
This may have surpassed knockoff Sabrina Carpenter for me in terms of our tunes. It's got this kind of like, sounds like a little robot guy.
Yeah, it's got a little catchiness to it.
What's also catchy is the theme music for Wilde Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
So on Thursday, for the Cardinals strikeout cancer game between Sun Prairie East and Middleton, there'll be a big guy in a truck calling the game, Mark Tauscher, alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau, and Jesse Nelson.
I'm kind of upset I didn't make the graphic. Like, not that I didn't make
What would you have done differently?
I don't want
You made the graphic?
No, I don't want the work of making the graphic. Like, Tausch's picture is on the graphic because, you know, it's a big deal that he's there. I'm kind of upset that they didn't put me next to Old T.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Maybe they should put Dennis Semrau on it.
Probably.
The Dean.
I believe Tausch is on it because, as it states right there at the bottom, and that's Central Daylight Time, Jesse. You didn't put it up as Eastern Time?
5 p.m. Central Time, this graphic, yes.
It says very clearly, special guest commentator Mark Tauscher. He doesn't normally do Prep Mania games. That's why his picture is there.
And I want to get one of the Sun Prairie pitchers. I want to mic him up. If Jack and Cav and the team will but Jesse's trying to tell me there have been plenty of times I've been on a spot, matter of fact, at AmFam Field. Maddie gives us one of those little clip-on mics. We're out there yucking it up.
When you threw out your first pitch.
We're having laughs out there with the weather.
Yeah.
We didn't have phones with us.
No.
And Jesse acts like this is going to be, we got to revolutionize the entire technology space. I said, can I just give him a mic, slap it on him? And, oh, no, that's not. He goes, you don't understand how this works.
You don't.
And I said, tell me how it works.
Old boy Engineer T. Do we live stream any of that content that we're mic'd
we're
up
not
for?
gonna live
or are we
stream.
just...
You think it's a good idea to live stream a senior in high school pitching against their big rival? There's going to be cussing and swearing.
You want them mic'd up for the entire game, and then you want us to do post-production like NFL. You want Prep Mania Films to be a new novelty of ESPN Madison's YouTube channel.
That's exactly what I want. Yes.
Run it up the flagpole. We'll see what anyone says.
Where does the flagpole end in this? Ashy?
I have a few ideas
like
where you can find that flagpole right
Let's
now.
get to Dwayne. I don't want to hold Dwayne up anymore.
Let's welcome our contestants.
Thursday, 5 o'clock.
Who is also not on the graphic.
Special guest commentator,
for the game. It is Dwayne in a big truck. Dwayne, good morning, buddy. How are you? Sorry about the delay here.
Doing awesome. Beautiful day.
Dwayne, we're going to need a truck driver on Thursday.
I might be fired by then. I might be available.
Oh, interesting.
Well, at the rate we're going and keeping you on while you're trying to work. All right, let's go here. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Question 1, Dwayne, is this. How many of last year's NCAA volleyball Final Four qualifiers are the Wisconsin Badgers set to face in their non-conference slate in 2026? Is it 0, 3, or 4?
Boy, oh boy. I'm going to go with 0.
Good. I'm glad you did that. What kind of question is this?
That's wrong.
Yes,
Oh, boy.
they play Texas A&M.
They play all 3 of the other 4 who were in the Final Four last year.
But you have 0.
I highlighted the wrong thing. I was in a rush this morning.
Oh, I can't wait for this broadcast.
Oh, boy.
Nice hit by Glusick. Glusick's on Sun Prairie, not on Middleton. Oh, well, my papers flew away.
Wisconsin is set to face Pittsburgh and Texas A&M and Kentucky, who all played in the Final Four along with Wisconsin.
So you dinged the bell, too. Does Dwayne get this question credited to his account?
No, it's wrong.
No.
He didn't get it right.
But he dinged the bell.
He dings bells all the time with just people thinking now.
No, you dinged the bell.
After you said the correct I said the correct answer. I said its correct answer is 3, how we normally go about that.
Oh, God. Dwayne, I would protest this, man. Maybe you'll get that quality number 4 chip and you'll win still. All right, so you've gotten either one right or none right, depending upon what we're looking at. Question 2. Are you sure this question that's highlighted is correct?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yep.
By the way, question 1 didn't even have anything funny.
Well,
like 0, 3, or 64.
If you would have said 4, we could have laughed and said it's impossible for Wisconsin to play all 4 Final Four teams from last year because they were one of them. And we could have had a good chuckle about that.
But that's also not how you phrase the question. So if you didn't know they were a Final Four team, they could be playing all 4 of them. You could think that. All right, question 2, Dwayne. Which Big Ten school is hosting the Big Ten softball tournament despite not qualifying to participate in the conference tournament this year? Is it Maryland, Nebraska, or UCLA?
Oh, I heard that too. I'm going to go with Maryland.
Thank God. Are you sure that's right?
Yes.
Positive?
College Park.
Positive?
Wisconsin and Purdue tomorrow at 3:30 on the Big Ten Network.
Which sport?
Softball.
Oh.
Question 3. Wisconsin men's basketball added 3-point specialist Ian Elmer. Am I saying that correctly?
Pretty sure it's just Ian Elmer.
E-I-A-N Elmer. In the NCAA transfer portal this offseason, after he helped lead which previous team to its most recent NCAA tournament? Is Ian from Northern Iowa, Miami of Ohio, which I thought we weren't calling them that anymore, or Utah State?
Oh.
Are you having fun, Dwayne?
Ooh.
Tough questions.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. Boy, oh boy. Utah State. Oh.
Dwayne, would it have been better if we did math equations today?
Yes. Let me answer that for you. Although maybe Jesse would have gotten 2 answers wrong in the correct answer section as well.
Miami University, Ohio, the correct answer for question number 3.
Dwayne, I want to apologize on behalf of our show. You've been a loyal listener and trivia player. Drive safely in your big truck. You got 1 right or 2, depending on how you look at that first question. So you have either 2 or 3 entries into the drawing. But we need to be better. I apologize, buddy. Thanks for playing.
Yep. Great show. Love you guys.
Dwayne.
Great seems strong.
All right. Love you guys.
Tough questions today.
They're tough.
Yeah, fair. Hey, we're giving away 3 great things now. So,
yeah, we can't be handing out candy here for our entries.
We got to at least have the right answers right
That's
in
fair.
the
I mean,
thing.
the right answer was
Jesse.
it was just highlighted wrong on your sheet, which if you didn't say that in front of everybody, no one else would have known.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
I said he got
it
right
It's
with,
actually,
with 0 because you told me that was the right answer.
Do you jump off a cliff if somebody tells you to?
Just
No,
because
you
it's written
don't.
on the prompter.
You don't
that's
even.
what
You
do.
won't even put a water slide in your yard.
We're free thinkers
so
around
it does
here.
come down to you figuring that out too, Jay.
Not a great teammate setting me up that way.
Says the guy who never asks questions anymore in trivia.
Yeah, because I have to give out numbers. I have to do all that.
Because I have to give out numbers.
For what?
The Iron Jock giveaways?
So because you have to do one
I'm
contest
doing
read
that
2
one.
hours
Jason
ago, you
does
can't
this
read
one.
a
Yeah,
trivia
it's
question?
It's a balance. It's a balance. Yes.
Tausch, I need to tell you to tell us about the AmFam Championship, which is coming up.
Favorite time of the year. We love it. The American Family Insurance Championship returns to Madison this June. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts this PGA Tour Champions event over at TPC, Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramble formats in an exciting 2-person team format. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 5th through the 7th. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com. What day are we going to be out there?
June 5th.
Friday. We always do Friday. It's always a super fun. Then we go over, I think if we get Jason backseat tickets to the concert, Little Big Town. That's been announced, right?
It has been,
okay,
yes.
I hope so.
I was going to say, it's coming up.
Otherwise, it just
we better be announcing that. So, again, amfamchampionship.com. A great weekend in the city of Madison, and always a fun event and a fun time out at TPC, Wisconsin.
Jesse, can I trust the rundown when it says that Whoa Nelly is next?
Yes. Have to
Whoa
make
Nelly
sure
is
everything's
next.
correct in it. But,
It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at GreatMidwestBank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra's Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo on Wednesday, May 6th, starting at 6:30 p.m. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's, and Elbow Room Cedarburg. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Dallas.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Milwaukee. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you could send flowers again, or you could be the hero of the family and send a Kringle. We're talking flaky, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth goodness delivered right to her door in a beautiful Mother's Day gift box. Go classic with her favorite flavor, or go big with a heart-shaped Kringle topped with pink icing. It's fresh, it's delicious, and best of all, you didn't have to bake it. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Is this Little Big Town?
I don't think you can play that.
Probably not. Not without royalties, which we again believe in royalties. It's YouTube that makes it difficult for us to use our ability to play those songs. So let's play instead Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Jackson Churio and Andrew Vaughn.
Great exit velo on his swings last night from Chorio.
4 hits last night for Churio in his return, including a couple of doubles.
Well, he's going to make that. Yeah, it's fun. That's fun.
Glimpses of the lineup to come.
Don't look at the standings.
Even though we got beat.
And they did get beat 6-3 to the St. Louis Cardinals, and Andrew Vaughn grounded into a double play. Or it wasn't a double play, actually. He ended up being safe. But
are the Packers,
had a chance for a big ninth-inning rally.
The Yankees of the NFL or the Cardinals?
The Packers and the Cardinals are the comp.
But we're the greatest champion in football, and the Yankees are the greatest champion in baseball. So how do you balance those things? Because obviously we don't mesh with New York with how, whatever. We're the community-owned team. That is more St. Louisian. Are we more Yankees or are we more Cardinals? When you factor everything into it.
I don't feel like the Green Bay Packers are the New York Yankees. Do you?
Not at all. But I'm saying if you start looking just at numbers, and we're becoming an AI numbers-based society, Cowboys and Yankees would typically be the thing. But the Cowboys don't have the championships we got, and the Yankees got them chips.
Who are the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Pittsburgh Steelers would...
The Cardinals.
Probably the Cardinals. Yeah.
Well, they can't be the Cardinals, and we can't be the
We're
Cardinals.
not the Cardinals.
Well, who are we?
No, the Packers are the guy. That was our entire pitch to Michelle Smallman on becoming a Packers fan, was that we are the...
That wasn't our entire pitch.
It was
partial
a big
pitch.
part of the pitch. Yeah. Toasted
Just
ravioli
because it was
and
your
cheese curds.
What team are the Packers based from a Major League Baseball standpoint?
I strongly believe it's the St. Louis Cardinals. The Midwestern nature of it, title town, and the
ballpark
ballpark
some people
village,
would say that would drive people crazy.
No, don't do it.
I'm not gonna.
Don't
do it.
Do it.
No,
don't
do it.
You
I'm not.
You
dare.
coward.
I'm not gonna say it.
Do not.
I'm not saying it. San Francisco Giants.
Whoa, Nelly! Why do
Who
we
would
not
the
want to be the
Cubs-
San Francisco
Who
Giants?
would the Cubs be? Which team would the Cubs be?
Wait, go back. Why do we not want to be the Giants?
No, I wasn't going to say the Giants.
What were you going to say?
We were all
I'm
on
not
the
going to
same
say
page
what I
there.
wasn't going to say.
I'm not on the same page.
He wants to say the Packers are the Cubs.
No, I'm saying that
He wants to say it. Lambeau, Wrigley, Midwest.
I wanted to say...
You know what? We're the Red Sox.
National team.
We might be the Red Sox. Iconic stadium. A lot of championships. A lot of tough heartbreak. Yeah. We're the Boston Red Sox.
So I that was what I wanted to say, and then I thought that's who you didn't want us to say. I don't know why I thought that was...
Just say what you want to sing that song.
Say what you want to say. I think it's say what you need to say, John Mayer. But nevertheless,
Who are the
second John Mayer
Brewers?
reference.
team that's good can't win a chip.
Got that chip, and now hasn't gotten one in a long time since.
Well, the Brewers have never won a chip.
We're talking about the Packers.
No, I'm now asking the Brewers. We just found the Packers. Packers are the Red Sox.
Right.
Who are the Brewers NFL-wise?
Arizona Cardinals.
The Lions.
No, we're not as bad as the Lions. We've never been that bad. Cardinals, maybe.
Some bad
because the Cardinals won a championship
and
wherever they were.
They were transposed like Seattle to yeah. Is it the Cardinals
or the Tennessee Titans?
No, God, no.
Titans were in a memorable championship and lost it.
Yeah,
and they
you
celebrate
son of a
that
gun.
team and haven't been back.
It might be the Tennessee Titans.
They've won divisions. They've been playoff contenders.
It's the Titans. Because the Houston Oilers had great success. Did they ever win a championship, though?
I don't know.
The Oilers never won a title.
We don't get any of the Milwaukee Braves history, right? It's all Seattle Pilots.
Correct, yeah.
Ugh.
The Braves have the Braves history.
We can't say we're the Seahawks because they've been winning too much.
I guess with that regard, we could be the Houston Texans also.
Yeah.
Because the team moved, and we don't get to claim any of them.
You got to have somebody that lost a Super Bowl and has never won one. I think Tausch actually was okay on the Titans with the Houston Oilers history. That franchise is
more than Arizona is what we're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a fun little game.
It is.
Do we agree that the Packers are the Red Sox?
Yes, I definitely agree.
I say Cardinals.
I know you want to say
They've got more championships than the Red Sox, too.
The Cardinals got more chips than the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Red Sox got 4 in the last.
Like Old Testament ones?
Yeah.
I'll
check the official records.
A lot of the Packers are Old Testament championships, too.
Right. That's what I'm driving at.
Yeah, I think it's Red Sox gel.
It's got to be the Red Sox.
I think the Cowboys being equivocated with the Yankees is being a disservice, but the Yankees haven't won a chip since 2009.
That's too bad.
One of the problems with the exercise
This is a fun game.
It is. There's no Dodgers of the NFL.
Patriots.
Chiefs.
Chiefs or Patriots, yeah.
See, I think there can be, but it goes in waves. Like the Dodgers.
Marcus can be.
Whoa, Nelly!
Speaking of the NBA playoffs, it is power.
How much do you think UMass paid, allegedly, Marcus Camby back in those days? Like, why on earth would he have ever went to UMass?
Red Sox titles, by the way. 1903, 1912, 1915, 1916, and 1918.
Then when did they trade to Bambino?
And then 2004, 2007, 2013, and 2018. This is an AI explanation, so I'm leery of it. Because
no, I think they got 4 this century. I do.
So the Yankees have won 27. The Cardinals have won 11. That's the second most.
I think we're Cardinals.
And it's the most in the National League, if you want to look at it that way.
No.
Boy.
You got the
It's
droughts.
Cardinals or Sox. It's Cardinals or Sox. Iron Jock Sox. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot trickier than you think because Cardinals
and
make
now
sense.
back to
Midwest.
Marcus Camby.
Oh, teams are very similar, community-based. Cardinals, though, you know what? The Red Sox always fill their stadium. Cardinals, they quit on their team. We stunk in the 80s. We still sold out our stadium. So I'm pulling back. I'm saying Red Sox. I'm sticking with the Sox.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jeff in Monroe says the Milwaukee Brewers are the Buffalo Bills.
They've had too much success, though, for that.
Have they?
Yeah. 4 in a row is really impressive. Like, I know they never got over the hump, but boy, that is an impressive deal.
Cardinals' last World Series title was in 2011.
I think, boy, it is tough,
The Cardinals
man.
are right there. It's the same year.
Pull it. Red Sox or Cardinals? This is I'll be fascinated, but you got to give them some context.
But they also won it in 2006.
Who did?
The Cardinals.
Which was the year that we should have beaten the Cards at 11?
11.
That year sucked.
Should have been Brewers and Packers.
Who did we run out there to pitch?
Sean Markham.
5.
Yeah,
it was painful.
However, before the 2006 title, the last time the Cardinals had won it had been 1982.
Whitey Herzog.
And they won it in
Vinny
67.
Coleman. Willie McGee.
64, 46, 44, 42.
Jack Clark.
All right, I have one more nomination.
Who was that catcher on that 82 team for the Cardinals?
Darryl Porter.
They beat the Brew Crew.
They did.
Sad. Didn't they? Oh, they should have won one in 85. Got jobbed. At first base, guy goes safe. He called him out.
How about
other way around?
Vernon Waterloo says the Packers could be the Atlanta Braves.
That was the other one I had on my list.
Did they just get the one championship?
Well, they had all those years where they won division titles, but never.
Well, and they
got
had
one
the great
World
pitching
Series out
staff.
of it.
We have the great quarterback play.
It's a national brand because they were on TBS and
Vern,
regionally.
You're not going to be right, but you bring up a good point, Vernie.
The Braves are big in the entire South, just like
You
the Packers
bring up
are
a
big.
great point, Vernie.
I'm going to tell you this: if we get a dog, the name Vern is on the short list for names. If we get a dog, I am crowdsourcing our top 3, and our fans are going to name our dog. That is part of the deal, and Vern will be one of those 3 names.
Hey, Vern.
Can it not be Jesse?
Don't worry about it.
With an
It won't
I.
be
Jesse with an I.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jesse, I don't think this is what you had planned for Whoa, Nelly.
I appreciated the exercise, though.
So the Packers are the Cardinals, the Red Sox, and the Braves.
Yep.
No, let's poll
and not
this.
the Cubs.
Poll this. I don't think the Braves are even in the equation. There's some similarities, but it's so stark that it's one of those two
You were
teams.
saying the pitching staff and the
there's some
quarterbacks.
similarities, but they're not in the same league.
They
as these
deserve
other
to
two.
be on the ballot.
No. Well, you're the one going to be balloting it. So
I'm not. And by the way, as much as you like to get after me for how I feel about the current state of Twitter, our polls don't get anything close to the votes it used to.
Yeah, but our effort's not great either. We don't put them up
Your
consistently.
the algo is killing us.
I will post the poll.
Yeah.
I think the Braves deserve to be on the list. I think that's a really good one from
So
Vern.
13 championships to 1 you think is close enough to make it?
Well, wait a minute. They have the Braves championships. The Milwaukee Braves
How many did
championships.
they
The
get?
Braves have won 4 World Series
Now,
titles.
now we're cooking with gas.
Well, you just said we didn't deserve to be on the list.
The
Now
Braves
you're
can
coming
be on the
around.
list, but they should finish a distinct third. in this list.
1914 when they were the Boston Braves.
I'll agree with you.
1957 they were the Milwaukee
Just wait,
Braves.
they were in Boston too?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you knew that.
That's fascinating.
1995 and then 2021 most recently, the Atlanta Braves.
Tough call.
Can't wait to get 75 votes on that poll.
So
Jesse,
Brewers,
what else
Titans,
do you have?
Brewers, Titans, Brewers, Texans?
Yeah.
Brewers, Cardinals.
No,
Arizona Cardinals,
Yeah,
not the
Arizona.
St. Louis
Cardinals,
baseball
yeah.
Cardinals.
I don't know, man. But it's
I'm
strikeout. It's Cardinals versus strikeouts tomorrow. Cardinals versus cancer, strikeout cancer tomorrow or Thursday.
You should show up tomorrow.
What Tausch is referring to is the Cardinals strikeout cancer game on Thursday.
So that makes me think we should stick with Cardinals for this comp.
I don't think
you mean
that
what we
anything
all
has
were
to do
saying
with
at the
anything.
start of this until you said, no.
I don't think you guys gave me enough props for naming all those Cardinals. That's a lot of Cardinals.
That was a lot of
Joaquin
Cardinals.
Andujar.
Yeah.
Who else
Except
was
for
their
Darryl Porter.
Who else was on their pitching staff in that 82 to 85?
Rick Ankiel.
Bob Forsch.
It wasn't Rick Ankiel.
Bob
I
Forsch.
can give you the 2000s Cardinals.
Bob Forsch was Bob Welch part of that group? Because he was with the A's in the late 80s.
Albert Pujols, Scott Rowland, Placido Polanco.
None of these people were on the 1982 Cardinals.
Was that the team? Was that the what was the great catcher's
Yadier
name?
Molina.
The one that took Eleanor out with his bat.
Hate that guy.
Yeah.
The pitching staff from that team.
Yadier Molina is the Rodgers of the St. Louis Cardinals. Everybody hates him unless he's on your team.
Joaquin Andujar, Bob Forsch,
Forschke,
Jim Cotter.
Welcome back.
Of course, Bruce Sutter.
Yeah, that old son of a gun.
Dave,
Great beard.
Dave LaPointe.
No, that one I don't know.
Steve Mura.
Mura.
Barely
knew him.
You know, our biggest discrepancy in
Jeff Lottie.
when AI assesses our show versus when people assess our show, it doesn't like when we just name former players.
Ooh, AI
doesn't like that.
I
but,
guarantee
but
you
we
our
all
fans
love it.
I think our fans love it, too. I hope they do, because we get a lot of enjoyment out of this.
Did you get Lonnie Smith?
No.
Did you get
Thick
Ken
keister.
Oberkfell?
Lonnie Smith had a real thick keister, I remember.
All
He was fast.
Daryl Porter, Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez was on the
Tommy
82
Herr.
Cardinals?
Yeah.
Tommy Herr, I remember. He was also an
Ozzie
Expo.
Smith at shortstop.
He was also an Expo. Tommy Herr.
Ken Oberkfell at
Did
third
you hurt
base.
me?
Rich Eisen.
I heard you, yeah.
Rich Eisen wasn't on the Cardinals. All right, Jason, we got to get to break. I don't want Jesse getting in trouble.
Dane Org, also on the Cardinals.
IORG.
Yes.
Wasn't there an Org
His
that
brother
played
was
for the Royals?
Garth.
There was
Garth
one that
Org.
played for the Royals that helped beat the Cardinals.
Yeah. And I think one of them was a Blue Jay, too.
Vinny Coleman on that hot turf, like nobody could throw him out. He was amazing.
I don't think
and
he
Vinny
was on
Coleman,
the
hold
82
up.
Brewers.
No,
though.
he was on the 85 Cardinals. Vinny Coleman brought Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan back together, and Waddle and Sylvie let us know about that. Bring it all full circle.
Also, Tito Landrum.
How did this circle end at Waddle and Sylvie?
Part of our team.
It's pretty amazing, actually. We'll wrap
Vinny
things up
Coleman
next.
brings back Charles and Jordan. What a world we live in.
It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
We had the draft in Pittsburgh. What are they doing? Waiting around for him again? After, as Courtney just pointed out, Omar Khan and company said, it's going to be different this year. We're not going to have to wait around. The timeline is not going to be as long as it was last year. It really doesn't seem like a lot has changed. I know we still have a while to get to certain organized team activities for him to make the choice or make it as pronounced as it was last year. But I just don't understand why they are going down this road again. But especially because you're ushering a new era with Mike McCarthy as the head coach. But it feels like you're kind of stuck in the same position as you were last year. It doesn't feel like a new era of Pittsburgh Steelers football if you're going down the same road as you did last year, waiting for a quarterback in his 40s to decide whether or not he wants to play football.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is The Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of The Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern.